God rest whatsoever be with him.
Yeah. No. No, this one didn't have one. All right. Yeah, so I'll do a little opening monologue kind of thing and then introduce you guys and get stuff going. So. Oh, yes, you are. Can you see that okay? All right.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Why don't you give? We can begin with the show because we already know. In the middle of the night, I got too close. I had a shot in the dark. I'm so afraid of the dark. I'm in the house. The sun shines through the window. I wonder how can't you be so alone? Why don't you pick up the phone?
Welcome, everyone. The performance will be starting soon. Please find your seat and silence your cell phone. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
You dirty bitch! Look what you've done to my peonies!
They're marigolds.
Good God, I think she's right. They are marigolds. I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one. Oh.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Audio Roast Podcast. I'm your host, Jared Isaacs. Thank you so much for joining us for another exciting week. We've got some fun stuff going on today. We know that, honestly, we'll just start at the top and talk about how unfortunate this morning's events have been. So we hope that we're able to give you a little bit of a kind of a break from that, so a little bit of entertainment, and also just us paying tribute. So we're going to unofficially call this drummer appreciation episode. So, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about comparing drummers. So let's go ahead and start today's show by showing you that we can be found on YouTube as well as Facebook right now for our live stream. So whichever is easier for you to watch, by all means, please do tune in to whichever way suits you best. You can also follow us on social media on Instagram and Twitter, as well as our audio-only episodes with Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Podbean. And then also our playlists are available at the end of today's episode. They're actually already available. Yes, big round of applause for the playlist. They're actually already available. So today's playlist is a little different because a lot of times, obviously, our playlists are the answers to our games and stuff that we play. But since we already know the answers to what all is on Pyromania and what all is on Hysteria, if you need a reference, go ahead and go to iTunes or Spotify and look for the Audio Roast Podcast. And right under the playlist is where you'll find both albums in full. Now then, don't forget, too, that we are teaming up with Crosslines to help put toys under trees for kids. We've got a goal set up of $500. I think last I checked, we're still sitting at $125. And their Christmas shopping cutoff is December 19th. So if you're able to, at today or anytime this week, to donate, we've got a PayPal set up for that all the money will go to Crosslines so that their volunteers and shoppers can go and fulfill needs of kids for Christmas. So again, that cutoff is December 19th. We are doing the campaign, though, until the day after Christmas because there's still things that they can provide past that time. But for the toys and stuff that they're wanting to provide, December 19th is the cutoff. So if you're able to help, please do. It means a lot. So yeah. 'Tis the season. Now then, let's recap what we did last week. Last week, we celebrated Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads in our Ozzy episode, joined by John Boos from Wicked Shimmy and the Dropouts, as well as Paul Carson from Paralandra. So that was last week. Next week, we're going to be doing some Christmas Tournament of Champions, where we're going to be putting Christmas songs in brackets and ranking those to try and determine what is the greatest Christmas song of all time. Who knows? We'll see how the cookie crumbles. But we will have Kim Garmery and Lisa Betancourt here in the studio to do that episode with us. And the following week, we'll go ahead and finish out the year. We'll do a year in review. And so we will take, this will be kind of a talking shop episode, so we won't have any guests here in the studio, but we will take clips from different shows throughout the year, some of our favorite moments. We'd like to hear what some of your favorite moments have been, who have been some of your favorite guests, etc. And we'll just kind of wrap the year up that way. So that is in 2 weeks. But today on the show, we are going to be doing our 4th installment of Classic Album Clash. This one is Def Leppard, as you can plainly see. So we are going to be taking Pyromania and Hysteria, and we will be taking them track by track and determining which track is the better track of the 2 albums. And the album with the most tracks won is the winner. It's a pretty simple concept, and it's just something fun for us to do. So please do, as we're going through the show, join in and chime in with what your thoughts and opinions are on these different songs that are featured today. So let's see what else we've got, maybe. 7 songs in 7 days. Oh, yeah, it's everybody's favorite. Before I forget, too, so I found this in the closet. I'm way too small for it, but this is actually from the 80s, Def Leppard tour shirt that I was too small to fit in 10 years ago, let alone today. So I have one. I'm just not going to wear it. You know, it's snowing outside. I don't need my belly showing. So 7 songs in 7 days. These are submissions from you guys, and it could be any song. And I just give it a week and give it a listen and give it a ranking. So this week in the number 7 spot, we've got Killing for Company by Swans. This was given to us by CJ Garmo. Man, that is some dark content there, kiddo. So number 6, we've got Fallen Angel. I'm going to butcher this name because I'm a hillbilly from Missouri. Lame, Immortel. Sure. And that was given to us by Scott Garmery. Scott, give us all the hell that you can give us in the comments on that butchering of the pronunciation. Number 5, we've got Ready for War by Adelita's Way, given to us by Deb Shelton. Good song. I didn't really have anything wrong with this song at all. There were some other songs that I just enjoyed a little bit better. So coming in at number 4, we've got Even If by Mercy Me. And that was given to us by Kim Garmery. I agree, Kim. You had mentioned that you really liked the vocals and just the tone of his voice. I agree. I thought it was good. So yeah, in the number 3 position, given to us by Paul Carson of Paralander, we've got Me Wise Magic by Van Halen. How have I never heard the song? Good stuff. Good stuff. I know. What? I know. I'm getting all the looks right now. All the looks. In the number 2 position, we've got Judas by Fozzy. This one given to us by Julia Leigh Cobb. Julia, if you're watching, you know, and I know, the best version of the song is a cover done by Sammy Guevara. Just saying. And in the number 1 position, given to us again by Elkie Caswell Bradford, is Slide by the Goo Goo Dolls. Good stuff. Oh yeah, coming in hot today. In the number, whatever. Use the hashtag 7 and go ahead and nominate now. It could be any song, any genre, any style, or any decade. It could be anything. Just make it be a song, and I'll give it the next 7 days. Give it a listen and give it a rank. So with that being said, I think we're gonna go ahead and kick off today's show. We're gonna take a quick little break, and we'll be back in just a minute.
I have just one question. Have you thought about being a guest on the show? We are currently seeking music lovers of all kinds to join in on our fun. If you're interested in being a guest, or if you just have questions, comments, or suggestions, you can message us on Facebook or email us at theaudioroastpodcast@gmail.com. You can also submit any topics you'd like to hear discussed.
All right, we are back and ready for some comment catching up. But before we do, let's see here. Be sure to go to YouTube, search for the Audio Roast Podcast, and hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can stay tuned to all of our future endeavors, if you will. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the comments, and we will get some of these 7 songs in 7 days written down. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us and saying hello. Yes, rest in peace to Jeff Whittington. Big loss, man. This is it's kind of a bummer of a day, to say the least. So, yeah, this one is Scott Henry says, use your words, Jared. I refuse. I'm speaking in Scott Henry today. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so we've got Kim Garmery, #7, Blue Christmas, Elvis Presley. Scott Henry says, want to see Billy Joel versus Billy Jack. Okay. Scott Garmery says, #7, Don't Wait for Me by Thunder. CJ Garmo says, Death Grips, The Fear. Brian Betancourt, Dynamite, Any Given Sin. Elke says, Papa Roach, Broken Home. And Julia LeCobb says, You're a Mean One, Small Town Titans. Hey, and I guess I got the pronunciation pretty spot on. So not bad for a hillbilly from Missouri. And Chris Hankins, hats off to Riding Cowboys by Alabama. Gotta love some Alabama. Julie says, Sammy Guevara, what a singer. I couldn't agree more. Okay. Holly says she just joined. Question is, so everybody sends a song nomination using the #7. And I will give it a ranking over the next 7 days and let you know how your song ranked on the next episode, just for funsies. So let's see what we've got next. I don't know what we've got next. Hey, we're going to jump right into things. We're going to go ahead and meet today's guests. So coming up first, you know him from Thrillfall, Damsel, and Blue Mountain. We'll get him to do all the enunciating for us. Go ahead and welcome at this time, Mr. Shane Jennings. What's up, Shane?
Hi there. Hi.
I'm on my Scott. Is that the same person?
Same person.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so I should have asked you that before we aired. Tell me the third band.
Blue Contagion.
Contagion. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if the G was silent or if it was semi-silent or
Pandemic, you know.
right. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Thanks for joining us, Shane. I appreciate you being
Thanks
here.
for having me.
Absolutely. How's your booster seat working out, by the way? Is it is
Well,
it
I
up to your?
did get the seat low enough my feet are touching the ground. So
That's totally fair.
I've got feeling back to my toes again.
Somewhere around here, I had something for you. It'll just take. Here it is. So it'll take me a minute to find it, but I got it.
Okay.
All right. Hold tight, because I got something for you.
All right. This is riveting.
Hey.
Yes. Pop-Tarts.
Right. So, I will not tell you. Oh no, where'd you go?
Oh, Shane.
We'll get him back. I have faith. We'll just hold tight. There he is. Okay, so I won't reveal what flavor this is. Josh, you want one?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So I'll let you go ahead and open into it and see if you can tell me what flavor it is and if you like it or not. I won't even tell you. For those of you that don't know, I just gave him a Pop-Tart. So
Terrified.
for his birthday. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, it is the month of Shane. The month O Shane.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's like a cupcake.
I mean,
Cake?
that's a good guess.
Some
That's
sort of cake.
You're not far off. Let's see here. There it is. All right, here we go. Here's the big reveal.
Sugar cookies.
Sugar cookie. Sponsored by Lisa and Brian Betancourt.
Mm.
Yeah,
They're
I've been
good.
saving them for a rainy day. They're not too bad, right?
Yeah.
They're mighty festive with the icing on there.
Yeah, I should have showed that before I eat it.
Oh, you uncultured swine! How could you? All right. So our second guest, you know him from Members Only, and there we go, and the Dropouts and the Osmonds. Let's give it up at this time for Mr. Come on, Steve Mason.
Oh,
there you go. Hi, Shane's mom. Okay, hi, Scott Henry. Oh man, Steve, how you doing today, brother? Good. Thanks so much for being here, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So I want to say good job last night. I checked out the Members Only show, and man, you're fitting in there like a glove.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. I hope you're enjoying your time doing it.
I'm having a blast.
Very cool,
Yeah,
man.
Loving it.
Good. So, gentlemen, are you both pretty familiar with the task at hand today with some Def Leppard?
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad I got the I didn't get the lines crossed, I should say. I don't want to make sure, we're covering something and nobody knows anything of what we're doing, because that would just kind of be weird.
I mean, I've heard of them,
Yeah, I think they had that
Yeah.
one song or something like that. I can't remember for sure either.
Adrenalize.
Something about sugar. I don't know.
Right, something about sugar cookies.
Yeah. Sugar Pop-Tarts.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and explain how this is going to work today. So this is how Classic Album Clash works. First, we will compare album artwork and initial thoughts of the album. Then each song will be discussed at length by each of the participants here in the studio. That even includes Shane Jennings. Overall audience votes will be taken into account today, and all votes will be totaled, and the most votes will win the track. The album with the most tracks won will be deemed as being the better of the two albums. And that's the whole point of today, is we're trying to figure out which album is the better album on a track-by-track basis. Shane, do you need some spectacles?
No, I'm good. I got some.
Oh, okay. Hey,
It's the blind drummer.
It's a blind drummer.
Blind Drummer Day. All right. So let's go ahead and take one quick little break, get some love in for our sponsors, and we'll jump right into the first couple tracks. So stick around. We'll be back in just a second.
Hey, musicians, do your shows need that extra layer of fun and excitement? Wow your fans with next-level production, and let Sunset Productions help you up your game. We can create custom and unique sound, lighting, and video packages designed just for you and your budget. Let's work together and give our community the shows they deserve. For more information, contact Jared Isaacs at sunsetproductionsspringfield@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Sunset Productions. Sunset Productions. Don't be a jukebox. Be an experience.
Recliner Wrestling Review. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The newest wrestling podcast hosted by Jared and John. We still don't know who John is or what he looks like, but you'll have to stick around and find out. Wednesdays on YouTube. That's Recliner Wrestling Review. Premieres Wednesday, January the 6th. Only on YouTube. So I'm laughing at this comment from Holly. Where did that go? Dang it, I lost it. Did somebody say Pop-Tards? I mean, it's entirely possible. We're still on our early cups of coffee. We're, of course, doing... Where'd my coffee go? There it is. Way over here. We're doing some Barracuda today from Classic Rock Coffee. Good stuff. So Julia says, can't wait for a Recliner Wrestling Review. Yes, indeed. Same. We've been working on it for quite a while now, so I'm excited to finally get it launched. That is my second podcast, and it's not music related at all. So should be a good time. So for those of you watching, I would like to know right now, before we really get things started, coming in totally blind without any opinions or knowing where any of us stand here in the studio, are you going to be hashtag Pyromania or are you going to be hashtag Hysteria? Let us know how you feel overall, and we're going to go ahead and discuss the same. So, fellas, what are your initial thoughts on each of these albums? I'll tell you what. Hang on. I'll take the floor on this. So I'll go ahead and give you just kind of the overall stats of this, and then we'll get jiggy with it. So
Janky?
yeah, janky with it. Yeah, that's totally what I said. Okay, so Pyromania was Def Leppard's third studio album. Of course, On Through the Night from 1980 and High and Dry from 81 were their first two albums. But this was released January 20th of 83. This is their first album with guitarist Phil Collen, who replaced Pete Willis. It charted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. So charted at number 2. Shane, do you have any guesses on what charted at number 1 and beat it out?
Let's go with Thriller.
That's there we go. That is correct. Man, I think I need to give my soundboard over here some coffee. He's a little slow on the draw today. This Pyromania ranked number 4 on the Canadian RPM album chart, number 18 on the UK albums chart, and sold over 10 million copies in the US. And it's certified diamond by RIAA. And for Hysteria, this is their 4th studio album, released August 3rd of 1987. This is their best-selling album to date, selling over 20 million copies worldwide, 12 million in the US, and it spawned 7 hit singles. It charted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 for that year, and number 1 in the UK albums chart. Hysteria was named by drummer Rick Allen after referring to all the media coverage surrounding his car accident in 1984. It was the last album to feature guitarist Steve Clark before his passing. And gentlemen, do you happen to know what this album was going to be called before it was called Hysteria?
No guess.
No idea.
So it was going to be called Animal Instinct. And that was a name given by Mutt Lange, but it quickly lost out.
Hysterectomy would have been my.
That's kind of what I thought too, buddy. Yeah, good answer coming in from behind like that. So, Ayo. Okay, so gentlemen, Steve, what are your overall thoughts on the albums? Your initial thoughts, if you will.
Well, Pyromania was my introduction to Def Leppard. That was the one that was big when I was getting into music, rock music.
Right.
And I remember seeing all the videos on like Friday night videos back in the day. I don't know if you remember Friday night videos. That was, I didn't have MTV, and that was the only place you could see rock videos,
Right.
And all like Foolin' and Rock of Ages and Photograph were huge. I mean, monster hits.
Big time. Yeah.
And then they had a long gap between Pyromania and Hysteria. I mean, like 4 years,
Yeah.
A lot of drama. So Hysteria,
Lots.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. When Hysteria came out, it was like really kind of, Pyromania was huge, but 4 years is a lifetime,
especially back then, right? When people were cranking out music like crazy. Yes.
So that was the first new Def Leppard album for me, Yeah. And I liked it, but to me, Pyromania was more of a rock album. It's
a lot grittier. It's a lot less produced, if you will.
Yeah. But it was, compared to the albums before Pyromania, it was poppy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But to me, Pyromania was kind of a good middle ground between, High and Dry and Hysteria.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And
for sure.
I liked Hysteria too, but it was definitely more glossy and pop oriented, I think. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Shane, how about yourself, buddy?
Reverse for me. As I was telling you before we come on the air, I was 9 when Pyromania came out, so I hadn't reached.
I was like 32.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I hadn't reached that the rock world yet at that time, so it works in reverse for me because Hysteria was huge. and very, as Steve said, kind of poppy, but very radio friendly, very polished, over the top.
Right.
But
But that's probably what would attract somebody that wasn't used to listening to that kind of music too, though, right?
Yeah. But then backtracking, it made Pyromania for me seem even that much more raw. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely it does. Yes.
Even though they did a lot of overdubs. Apparently, and looking back on it, reading the things I read, it's like Mutt Lange was, evolving as he went. Like the things he learned on Pyromania, he took to another level with Hysteria.
Correct.
I'm underwater or in a fishbowl.
It's these lights behind you. I'm gonna scoot over there and fix
Where'd
that
Shane
once and
go?
for all. Yeah, right.
I'm here to be heard, not seen, Steve. Unlike you.
Can you blur me out like that, dude? I've had a rough night.
Oh, you're used to it.
You never get used to it.
But that's my take on it.
Oh,
Went blind.
oh no. It's like every time I unplug and replug in my there we go, my headphones, it messes with the cameras because that makes sense. Okay, so I'm trying to count in the comments, and I'm honestly kind of surprised there is a landslide of Pyromania votes.
Yeah.
Because in all the other posts I've made this week, everybody's talking about how Hysteria hands down, and now that we're here, it seems to be very very one-sided. Okay, so let me try and catch up in some of these comments. Tiki Man says Mutt Lange is a god. I would strongly agree that he is extremely talented. His efforts shown through on this and many other albums in this era. Al says I'm all digital, so I can pick and choose. Grandpa, what's on an album? Okay. Gotcha. So Scott Garmery is asking, is his friend Annette watching because it's Def Leppard? Scott is from Scotland and has got family overseas, so I think some of them are here watching with us, so that's pretty cool. Scott Henry says, did you know? I always love these did you knows from Scott Henry.
This should be wonderful.
Oh yeah, that when they started the Hysteria tour, they took an extra drummer with them just in case Rick Allen could not complete the show. He did not get a full pay cut. He was just a hired hand. I'm looking for the rest of this where it says that it was Steve Mason.
I was going to say it was Shane Jennings.
Oh, yeah, maybe so. A 9-year-old Shane Jennings.
9-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Having a wee listen. Didn't know that. Eric, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Look at this photograph. Get out of here with that garbage. I'm just fooling. You're out of control. All right. Still love both albums equally. Me too. Good stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into the artwork. And so coming up first, of course, is Pyromania. So does anybody know anything about the backstory to this artwork, or what your thoughts are on it?
Not at all, but it's got fire. So,
It's got fire.
fire.
Yeah, fire.
If I'm
Fire
making
good.
notes on this.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know anything about the backstory. I probably should have done even more research, but I was researched out. My God, it was so much. It's a lot to take in. But I did see a GIF, and that it kind of goes all over the place. Does the crosshairs? So yeah, I don't know. It's cool. Would it make me buy the album? And that's the thing too that I always try to remember and remind people of is in this era we didn't have the internet, so you couldn't just go and read reviews. A lot of it was going into your local album store or record store or whatever and flipping through, and whatever artwork looked good, you would buy an album based off that. A lot of times,
I bought many albums and cassettes back in the day just based on the artwork because that's all you had to go by.
Same. And being a small town boy that was raised in the country, even like the Columbia House music and BMG or BMI, all that kind of stuff, same kind of thing. When you're flipping through a catalog, you just see the artwork and you're like, sure, I'll try it. It's only a penny.
12 for a penny.
Right.
I still owe them money.
I think everybody does. So yes. Let's see here. Hysteria. I don't know anything really about this.
I don't know
either.
what that is.
So it's two faces. And I don't know if it's like Illuminati or if it's what, but so there's a face. It's kind of, she's got her, they have their mouth open, the white face right there. And then there's another one that's turned sideways and it's like green. Of course, if I do this, you might be able to see it a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know anything about the meaning of any of this. It just seems kind of
never ever noticed two faces on that before.
Until
Are you serious?
Never.
I never did either until I was doing work for this episode.
I could spot two-faced people just like that.
Golly, I'm telling you what, boy.
There's the mouth right there.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. So, what do we got? I think we're gonna jump right into things.
Definitely like the Pyromania artwork better.
I would agree.
Did you know the original name for Def Leppard, by the way, Jared?
Dead Flatbird.
Atomic Mass.
Atomic Mass.
Shane
Atomic
with
Mass.
his notes.
Really?
Yeah.
He's
Where's
got-
your notes at?
Here's my notes
Well,
right
which
here.
page
I
do you
scribbled
want,
them
boy?
on the way over
Which
here.
page
Shane's
do
got.
you want?
You look. He's got 4 pages. Shane's got 3 pages.
I've got a book.
I've got some stuff I can't even read because I wrote it while I was driving. So
Wrote it while I was driving. Wait a minute. You mean you don't have a driver? Come on now.
Yeah.
You're playing with the big boys now.
I'm screwed.
Oh man, tell me it's not so. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started with our first track. Again, we're taking track by track. So rock till you drop versus women. Shane, we're going to start with you. So I know you've got 3 pages of notes, so I don't know if you've got them for each individual song or what, but what are your thoughts on each of these songs?
Well, my notes say, I was curious. I don't, when I pulled up Pyromania, I need to quit looking left because it makes me go blurry. For some
If I had
reason,
$1 for every time I looked left, and it made me go blurry.
I just assumed that Rock of Ages was the first song on the CD or album or cassette.
It seems like a great first song.
It should be, and that's what my notes say. I'm shocked that it wasn't. I didn't know a lot about this song, but I actually liked it, which surprised me. I didn't know what to expect. But then you take Women, which has a really nice intro. It's kind of got that cool whiny guitar, with the build, and
Yep.
I love the music behind the chorus. The verses are a little bit weak, but I think I'm a fan of Women.
Shocker.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Scott Henry says, back then, colorful artwork sold albums. Hey, Mr. Scott Henry, Encyclopedia Britannica. What the heck do the artwork on both of those albums? What do they mean? What do they represent? Give us the backstory, if you will. That way I don't have to Google it. Liz Deck, how's it going? I haven't seen or talked to you in years. I hope you're doing well. She says maybe the fire represents fire to corporate America for not liking rock and roll, perhaps. And there was a mission for not only Def Leppard but the producers, etc., to try to advance the sound of modern rock music, because there was still a lot of that leftover kind of what we would know as almost like dad rock or classic rock kind of sound, with the 70s style stuff. They wanted something a little more progressive and a little more catchy, that kind of stuff. So there was definitely a solid effort made to try to make things sound more fresh. Al says, growing up Napster, I'm unfamiliar with artwork. Well, you're slime. Okay, so let's see here. She says, you guys crack me up. Okay, so we've got a vote for Women. My older brother had the Pyromania album when it first came out. I was 10 years old. And Cindy says, I like rock. Okay. Let me get that out of here. Steve, how about yourself?
I also am a fan of Women, but not in this instance right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me write that down for our records. Yeah.
Like Shane.
Right.
No, I like rock till you drop. Women on Hysteria, I think that's one of the few songs on that album that kind of sounds like it could have possibly been on Pyromania, but it for me, rock till you drop is like just straight up hard rock song,
It is.
And Joe Elliott singing in that kind of higher register and with more
So
grit.
yes,
He
and
just
I'm glad you said
rips,
that too,
yeah.
because it does not sound like the Joe Elliott from Hysteria.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Not at
and
all,
so
yeah.
and this will probably be a better time, or as good a time as any to bring this up. But I was talking to Josh about this before we started today and before you guys got here. So I'll try to use an analogy, and we'll see if you guys can follow this. So for example, I'll take Elton John. How back in the day, Benny, and now it's Benny.
Yeah.
So how he's had to change his voice to be able to fit. I feel like Joe Elliott was either very smart or surrounded himself with people that were very smart in helping him change his style early on so that he would seem to have longevity. Because so Steve, what you're talking about, in my notes, for example, I've got Rock Till You Drop. Sounds like it could have been a Cinderella song, and it actually really sounds like the band Dangerous Toys, who did the song Teasin' Pleasin'. And it's almost like kind of, that attacky kind of sound.
To me, that whole album, Pyromania, Joe Elliott was singing
big time,
way higher and with a little more balls and grit, than he did on Hysteria.
And so then when you fast forward to like Hysteria, a lot of the ending phrases are fall offs, like hysteria when you love, versus all the time, which is going to obviously give you longevity. So I think that was probably honestly done on purpose. I don't know if that was their intention for longevity, but it seemed like it was probably easier on his voice in the long run.
Yeah.
Liz says, remember back then they were trying to call rock and roll the devil's tongue, and to shut it down, Congress put bans on music. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Scott Henry says, I'll bet you'll take Elton John. I'll take his money and his success for sure. Okay, so just for the record here, Shane, you went with women.
Yes.
And Steve, you went with Rock Till You Drop.
Well, yeah, it's got rock twice in the title. Come on, man.
I mean, writing's on the wall. Right here. Yes, so I have also got Rock Till You Drop as my pick. To me, Women sounds a lot like the song Rocket. And it was it peaked at number 80 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts, by the way. And on the US mainstream rock charts, which was the Billboard magazine, like in the actual magazine, it peaked at number 7. Means nothing to me. I actually prefer Rock Till You Drop. I like the grittier style of that one. And it's a great song. I won't say it's a great song. It's a good song to start an album with.
Great album opener.
Yeah. Let's cut over to my producer Joshua Poole. Oh
yes.
There. You're there. What's on my screen? It looked like you weren't there. Well, who's that fella behind you?
Santa, I think.
I can't tell if that's Santa or if that's I can't tell who. Okay, yeah, I guess it is Santa. So where are you at on this? For Rock Till You Drop or Women?
Well,
Def Leppard overall.
Def Leppard overall, I like Def Leppard. I'm more along the lines of Shane.
Now let's cut to the chase. The whole reason everybody in this camera is here is because of you.
Yes,
this was your suggestion for this week. So yeah,
I wanted to call it One Arm or Two. Is what I wanted to call it.
Why?
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, he was playing drum pads, but he was still playing.
Right.
No.
Not at all?
No.
No.
It's all programmed on both
Every bit of
albums. Yeah, except for he overdubbed some live cymbals, I think, but that's about it. Yeah.
Well,
that's what my notes tell me.
That's what your notes tell you?
That's what Steve's notes told him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Wikipedia. Jankopedia.
Listen, I'm going to take over the world.
Jinkopedia. Man, that just rolls right out the tongue, doesn't it?
Tell you what, that would be like a repository of some really janky information there.
It would be useless information.
Oh, man. Okay, so did you say, Josh, are you for Rock Till You Drop or Women?
No, actually, I'm for Women. I like the way that it is structured. It seems like there's a more thought out process to it. In my research, they were doing their best to make it as hit oriented as possible. The Hysteria album. They were so in debt when they started this album. They've gone through like 2 producers already before.
$4 million in debt.
Oh, what I heard that one of their like A&R guys was saying that they had to sell 5
million copies
to break even.
Yeah. Which might equate to $4 million, to be fair. Yeah.
But yeah, it was. And so I think they had to have a hit album. And so they were doing everything to make it sound as accessible to everybody, which is why I think he changed his style of singing. Less aggressive.
True.
More
palatable.
More palatable to,
the masses.
the teeny boppers and could be played at high school dances and stuff like that. So, but what I hear,
Sorry, you said high school dances.
Yeah,
I immediately
yeah.
I went social distance.
yeah. Anyway, I think that just all the orchestration that went behind the recording, the harmony guitars, that song just, I think there's a lot of more thought gone into it rather than straightforward. And again, it's hitting my childhood, so I'm going to naturally be drawn to that. So I'm going to go with Women.
Okay. Let's see here. Teresa says, I still have my Hysteria cassette tape and my kids love it now. Yeah, so there's many cassette tapes I have from back in the day like that. That's, I mean, I'm surprised they still work because I used to wear that stuff out. So let's see here. Josh, I'll let you, I think, are we split?
We're 3-3 right now.
3-3?
Well,
gotcha,
from the
gotcha.
ones that you've called out from.
Okay, yep. So let's see here. Yeah, so 3-3. So for those of you watching along, I could see at least 30 of you. Tell us down in the comments which way you're voting. And Teresa says, Shane know me.
Shane know me.
Shane know me.
Me know you.
And know you. So yeah, let's see where you guys are at in your opinions. Chris Hankin says, do it again, man. It'd still be cool. Oh, I think he's talking about Eric Wynn, maybe? Eric says, in my 9th grade art class in high school, I actually got to draw the Hysteria album cover as I wish I still had that drawing I made. Okay. Okay, here we go. John says, rock, rock. Allison says, women. I'm going to assume that Paralander is Paul Carson, says women. And Chuck says, definitely rock, rock.
Why would Chuck know?
I know, right? I mean,
Chuck knows.
Chuck knows best. Brian says, rock, rock. Liz says, rock, rock. Julia says, rock, rock. I'd say it's determined. We're going to call it. And so the one to go on is going to be rock, rock till you drop.
All right.
Let's see here. Eric says, for the Pyromania album, my favorite song on that album. Well, we haven't got there yet, so slow your roll, Eric. God dang. We're trying to do a show. Al says, my sister dubbed me a copy of Hysteria 1 year for Christmas. Loved it. Now, dubbed you. Now, you just said earlier you were a Napster guy, so how do you not have that yourself?
Lars Ulrich stole it and sent it to him.
Probably so. Yeah. Rock, rock, women, rock, 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 rock. I wish it just had one rock. I sound like a stuttering old man. All right. So, yes, rock, rock till you drop is the official winner. So now let's go on to track 2. So we've got Photograph versus Rocket. So this is actually a pretty good matchup. You've got 2 songs that are singles. So Steve, we will start with you on this one.
Oh, Photograph.
Photograph?
For sure, yeah. That's the probably first video on Friday Night Videos I saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that video very well. It was
huge. It's a rock song, but it's a pop song, but it's still got some,
yeah.
Some
I'm trying to remember.
grit,
correct me if I'm wrong. This is the one where it's like a stage studio basically. And it looks like a live show kind of thing.
And
in that era, they went to that.
Yeah,
they went to that a lot for a lot of videos.
Tons.
Poison did that, and it was really cool for somebody like myself who lived in the Midwest and didn't get access to a lot of these big shows to be able to see, what they're doing outside of when they come to the state fair.
Yeah,
that kind
it's
of
mostly
thing.
like a live shot, but they got like Marilyn Monroe interspersed, and I don't know, little weird stuff like that. But it's a great song,
Yeah, for sure.
And Rocket's not a bad song either, but to me, you can't beat Photograph for a straight kind of hard rock pop kind of song. It's a classic. So.
Yep, I would
Plus,
agree.
it's got cowbell in it. So
it does.
Yeah.
It does. For myself, I've got in my notes, Photograph is a big atmospheric type sound, and the backup vocals are huge. There's great melodies in it. There's a here you go, Steve, perfect use of a cowbell in the pre-chorus without making it sound dated.
And you know what I love also is that one little note before the riff starts at the intro. That's genius.
Yes, it is.
Might have been a mistake. I don't know, but they left it in there.
They did.
It's perfect.
It is. So and like I said too, they're trying to freshen up the sound of what we know in the time of 1980 of modern rock.
Yeah.
And so I feel it was still pretty bold, pretty daring to try and go for a cowbell because to speak in blanket terms, that's a pretty dated sound to have a cowbell in a song.
Yeah.
But it worked really well in this song.
Yep.
This was number 1 on the Billboard tracks for 6 weeks and number 12 on the pop charts or pop singles chart. And in 2009, VH1 voted it as number 17 of the greatest songs in the past 25 years. And for Rocket, I love all the references to the rocket and space themed songs of the past in the middle section. What did I write here? The breakdown was too long. There's a big breakdown in the album version. And it's like over a minute and a half, I think, if I remember correctly. And I was like, why is this dragging on like that?
It goes forever. I do like the groove in Rocket, though. It's kind of a cool shuffle.
It is.
Halftime shuffle deal. But
so I'm going to go with Steve, and then my vote is for Photograph. Shane?
This isn't even a competition. Photograph is one of Def Leppard's signature songs. Steve Clark sound solo, even with the cowbell.
Yeah.
It still is just a great song. You can listen to it over and over and over and over again. Rocket, as my notes say, could be the worst Def Leppard song ever.
Ooh, now that's an opinion.
I despise the song Rocket.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me why. Why?
It's just total noise and repetition. And I've seen them live, and they play like you said, the long version.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to get nachos. I'm going to get a beer.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is
and you
over
have time
when I
to
get
do
back.
it all.
Yeah. I never have liked that song.
Kind of like the show.
Never. Nothing about it. Nothing about it. Photograph, hands down.
Fair enough. So let's run some of these tallies in the comments. We've got 1 for Photograph, 2 for Photograph, another Photograph, a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9. Photograph wins. There's no point in even writing this down. So let's see here. Scott Henry says, I like all the 70s glam band references in Rocket. I'll take Photograph, however. Yeah, exactly the same, Scott. So there's a whole list. There's I feel like a Queen song, David Bowie's referenced. There's so many. I mean, there's a list of like 16 different songs that are referenced in that most people don't even catch. And I think a lot of that is kind of what Shane is saying. Like it's underneath all this like this weird stuff that just seems like it doesn't go with the song. And I'm like Steve. I think it's got a good rhythm to the song. But when paired up against Photograph, like it just doesn't stand a chance.
Yep.
CJ says Rocket because I feel like being different. I love that. Rocket is a better song, but Photograph means more to me. There you go. The noise and repetition just appeals to me. CJ, if you like noise and repetition, no. I was going to tell you, Shane's playing coming up soon.
Yeah, I'll be coming to a stage near you.
Elke says, hope you're feeling better today. For Eric. Yes, I do too. Okay, so let's go to Josh. Josh, what are your opinions of Photograph and Rocket?
Pretty much the same with everybody else. There's hands down, it's Photograph.
Yeah, I would say that one. We're just going through the motions at this point. Am I right?
Yeah, I think we only had like a mercy vote for Rocket, correct?
You could have put Photograph up against a lot of songs, and it probably would have won.
Yeah, you would have most of these songs, unless like they're like pour some sugar on me.
Yeah. Well, and I'm kind of glad you say that too, Shane, because I know I've got some people watching that probably haven't seen us before. And I'll take a second to kind of break that down. So when we do these classic album clashes, we do track 1 versus track 1, track 2, track 2. When we do Tournament of Champions, it's all literally mixed in a fishbowl and random. And that gives us some really unique outcomes. We've done that in the past with TV theme shows and that kind of stuff. And it's a totally different thing. In fact, that's what we'll be doing next week with the Christmas songs. So yeah, it's one of those things that I think today could be a different outcome than what we all think going into it, just because of the way that they're matching up with certain songs. I will say that there's 2 or 3 songs that we will see as the day goes by that are actually going to be really hard decisions. One in particular, and we'll get to that later. But yeah, Julia says, I like songs with the shuffle beat like Rocket. And I also like the space rock references, but Photograph wins. There you go. Okay. So Photograph goes on. And for our third track, we've got Stage Fright and Animal. I like how we counted in Steve.
Yeah.
Come on, Steve. So while we're talking about that, I could save this for later, but what the heck? Do you know who and what that is for that sound that you just heard?
Oh, the
that thing.
Is it Mutt Lang?
It is Mutt Lang.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't know what he's saying, but
It's total gibberish. Shane, do you have any idea why it was said?
No.
So at the beginning of the takes, they would 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'd go. Well, they got tired of hearing the same crap all the time, so he would just like mumble out some junk, and that one that he mumbled out had the guys cracking up in the studio, and so they're like, no, you've got to keep that in, you've got to keep it in, and
Funny.
so they did, and it's like the most iconic part of that song. So
followed by more cowbell.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so Shane, we'll start with you on this one.
Okay. Honestly, didn't know much about Stage Fright.
Same.
Listened to it a few times this past week. I'm figured just by talking to Steve before the show that he's probably going to be a Stage Fright fan. I'll
be surprised if he picks anything from Hysteria.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way too.
Yeah, well,
I thought the song had potential, and here's where I'm at. When I wrote these notes down, I didn't like the change in the chorus, where it went to. I thought it should have went somewhere else because
yes,
I know best.
Oh.
And the more I listened to it, I liked it better, but it
does grow on you, but there's something that keeps you from
that,
totally sinking your teeth into it.
Yes. Now, I'm probably going to be on the minority here, but I think Animal could be the most underrated song on Hysteria. I love this song. I love this song.
I really do too.
I would be if I had my Def Leppard CD in my truck, it may be the first song I play.
Yeah.
Whenever it's got the nice intro, it's the vocals, the feel, the chorus. I always wanted to cover this song, and we messed with it in Throwfall.
Really?
Dusty does a great job singing it. We just never did it. But this is Animal for me.
Yeah.
Easy.
This one has a lot of big backups too.
Yeah.
Like really big sounding backups. So yeah, no, I would agree. And Shane, I don't think you're really in the minority. This is a strong contender for the best song on the album for Hysteria. It's really a good song. Of course, there was another one on there that is going to prove us all wrong. But from just a personal standpoint, I can totally understand that.
Yeah.
Let's change things up. Josh, where are you at on this?
I like the hook in Animal.
Yeah,
I think it's just more hooky than Stage Fright. Stage Fright to me seems very by the numbers rock and roll.
That's fair. Steve?
Stage Fright. Yeah, it seems to me like a I mean, I
A
like
losing
Animal.
battle.
Yeah. yeah. I mean, Animal, I like Animal. It was a huge hit, but to me, Stage Fright, I remember, it's got that live crowd noise, which probably wasn't really live at all.
Sure.
But it seemed like a really cool like concert opener deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You could almost see him playing it live.
Yeah.
It's just a straight up rock song, which is kind of one of the last really straight up rock tunes that Def Leppard probably put out, But I dig it. Animal, to me, I liked it a lot. It was great. The way Joe Elliott sings on it always kind of bugged me. It's like he lost his ability to enunciate a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, he was
I don't
trying
like
to
his
get things
vocals on it. Yeah.
He's trying to get things to rhyme with animal.
Yeah.
And I want, and I need animal.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like Bullwinkle a little bit in a couple places in there, but no.
Careful,
No,
Steve.
yeah.
You're making yourself sound old.
Yeah. Get off my lawn.
Yeah. No, I like Stage Fright better than Animal. Even
Okay.
though I do like Animal, but yeah.
So I've got a question for you then, since you're sticking with Stage Fright.
Mhm.
Do you know what the song is about?
I'm assuming Stage Fright. I don't know.
Steve Clark?
No. So from what I gathered, because whenever I listen to this, I also read along with the lyrics. Now, I could be totally misinterpreting this, Shane. Just, bear with me here. But this is about, this is some adult content. So Stage Fright, not on stage, if you know what I'm saying. There is a line in here, and it says, a headline act around the back is what I'm thinking of. So, yeah, just saying.
Sounds like a members only show to me.
Naughty. Yeah.
Heavy on the members.
I do like the whole intro to Stage Fright, though. I think it's cool how it kind of opens with the riff and it kind of builds.
It sets a scene.
Well, that's
and once again, Joe Elliott's vocals on that are killer, I think, in the intro,
That's what I had in my notes. The potential was there. It's just the chorus just
it
killed
didn't
for
go
me.
anywhere. Yeah, I do agree with you, I'm reading Stage Fright. I agree with you, Stage Jennings. Animal, my notes for Animal is I love the overall dynamics of the song and the different parts. The electronic drums in the pre-chorus, I got to feel it in my blood. And that part, it enhances the song and subtly gives it a pop crossover ability. The chorus guitar, and I want do, and I need do. It's like surprisingly repetitive, but it doesn't it's not annoying to listen to.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is, because whenever you focus on that, it's super annoying. But when you just sit back and listen to the music, it fits in fine. It's very repetitive, but it works for some reason.
It almost resembles a call and response.
Basically, yeah, between the vocals and the guitar. Good point. So I am also going to go with Animal. Sorry, Steve, you're on your own.
Come on, Steve.
Come on, Steve. So let's go to the comments here and see where everybody else is at. Holy cow.
Lots of wild animals.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 animals. Shane, you're blurry. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out on our next commercial break. Easy for me to say.
I've been censored. I'm in the witness protection program.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 so far for Animal. 2 for Stage Fright. Chuck says that he's with Steve.
Thanks, Chuck.
Brian also with Steve.
Thanks, Brian.
Al with Steve.
Yes.
I think Stage feels like a rom-com montage song.
No.
Okay, so that's not quite a vote. Paul Carson says, gotta go Animal. As a songwriter, what strange and bizarre topic to write a rock about, but they amazingly made it work. Tiki says, Animal. Julia says, I'm going to go with Stage Fright. It's a little meaner, and I always felt like Animal had too much gloss.
Yes.
And that's kind of a reoccurring theme, gentlemen, with Hysteria. I think it's just overall way more polished.
Yeah.
Tiki Man says, Bullwinkle is an animal, I believe. Jay Stevens, well, hello, fine sirs. Well, hello, Glitter Boy.
Thanks for the lap dance last night, Jay.
Yeah, there's internet pictures to prove it. Stage Fright is naughty. I'm sticking with Animal. Yes. Jeff says Stage Fright as well. Rico says it's not your camera, Jared. Oh, yeah. It's got to be Shane. He's just coming
blurry.
in and out of.
I'm like Bigfoot. I'm hard to get a good picture of.
More like Smallfoot, but
Shut your whore mouth.
They're not here to judge. Unless you have an album by Def Leppard, then we're judging the crap out of it. Okay, so Jay says I got too much glitter on Shane last night. That's why he's blurry.
There's a lot of truth in
There's
that.
a lot of reflection going on in this camera. Yeah. That twinkle in your eye is not what I thought it was. Animal for the win. Yes, I would agree. I think Animal is going to take the win on this one.
Rico.
So, yeah, good stuff. There we go.
Winner.
Winner. McRib dinner.
Just had one. hour
man.
ago.
You know what's funny? Josh and I were talking this week in preparation for the show. We're like, man, we got to get a McRib, and I'll put a candle in it, and it'll be this big, cool thing. We get here today, and Josh goes, hey, did you get that McRib? And I'm like, shit, I forgot the McRib. I was like, wait, we're good. I got Pop-Tarts.
You can't go wrong either way.
I mean, I'm kind of appalled that you would even compare them, but at the same time, you're right. You can't go wrong either way. All right.
They made a McRib.
I think next up, we are going
flavored
to
Pop-Tart. Shane would be in heaven.
I'm in there.
let's go ahead and take a little quick break in case you gentlemen need to use the facilities or anything like that. And we're going to take a commercial and be back in just a minute. So stick around. Okay, so it's just me and you. They're all gone. So here's the thing. I wanted to read this real quick because Amy Oberbeck from Just One More gives us updates every week on who's playing there. And so I reached out to her before the show to ask who was playing next weekend. And she said that originally scheduled for next Friday was Nathan Bryson, the Loaded Dice. Obviously, that's not going to happen. That was canceled. So she's going to need a fill-in band, but she would like to say that he will be missed and that they are very saddened, all of them down at Just One More. But Saturday night is Framing the Red for a $6 cover, Saturday night at Just One More. Somewhere around here I had some... Nope, that's not the right one. Santa Claus. Okay, let me go to this screen so I could see some of your comments again. Al Hestris says, get the McDonald's app, order $20 worth of ribs, and use the $7 off $20. The $7 off $20 coupon. Okay, I don't know. I don't have that coupon. So you just got to say you got it, and they're going to know that you got it. Is that kind of what you're saying? PJ says, stoked about this. Well, yes, I'm stoked that you joined us. Thanks for coming and checking us out over here at the Audio Roast. I think we've got Mr. Steve Mason back in here, so I'm going to chat with him for a second, if I can remember how to do all this. I kind of do. Oh, you want some volume?
No, you just keep me off.
No, okay. So, Steve, what's happening in your world, man? What's new? Where can people check you out?
Gigging with members only. Here, we played here last night.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be here once a month. Second Saturday of the month.
Second Saturday.
Yep, second Saturday.
Very cool.
Still
how are things with the dropouts?
good? We had a we played a few weeks ago at Wild Turkey Wednesday. We had a gig right after Christmas that we sadly had to cancel. Greg, our singer's got to have some surgery
Tuesday, I think, right? Coming up pretty.
I think so.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be last week, but
Oh.
it was put off. And now that it's put off, he's just not going to have the recovery time to do that upcoming gig. So yeah.
I'm very fascinated about something. I've never got to talk to you about this, but I know through the grapevine, obviously, that you have worked with the Osmonds. How did that come about? And is that something that you still do?
No, I don't. I was with them for about 15 years.
Wow.
Almost.
Now you're talking like Marie and Donnie, or who are you talking?
The Osmond brothers, but I did work with Donnie and Marie.
Okay.
Quite a bit, back in like 2008, the whole family did a 50th anniversary. Well, actually in 2007, they did a 50th anniversary special live from Las Vegas.
Gotcha.
And I'm on that DVD. Then they did a world tour after that. and I did that with him.
Wow.
But,
How did you hook up with it? Is it like through your work in Branson and stuff? Is that kind of what got you?
You know, Brian Lawson, him and Gene were both in the Osmonds band.
Right.
And back in, I think 2003, Merrill Osmond was wanting to do a solo tour in the UK.
Gotcha.
And he didn't want to use their drummer that they were all using down there. So I kind of did a audition that was like a TV pilot show, which was really weird. Yeah. Called Starstruck or something, you know, Starstruck, I think it was called.
As an audition to play drums?
Yeah, I did that.
Why?
Well, it was like a live taping for a TV show. It wasn't really an audition. They just hired me to do it, and it worked out. So then I ended up doing this solo tour with Merrill in the UK, and we were over there for a couple months. And it was so weird because they gave me all these songs to learn, and I'd never heard a single song. You know, didn't really know it. And you go over there and you start playing, and the place is packed with everyone singing every song, and what the hell is going on here? You know,
right?
So come to find out, the Osmonds were really big back in the 70s in the UK, and I just happened to kind of get in with these guys. You know, after that tour, I came back and started playing with the brothers, and then, you know, stuck with them all forever. But they kind of had a resurgence after that. I think I went over there like 14 or 15 times.
Wow, man.
Tours. Yeah.
How cool. How cool.
It was
Jay
cool.
Stevens says Steve's played at the O2 Arena.
Twice. Yeah.
Dude, holy cow, man.
Yeah. It was fun.
What an experience.
It was cool. They, the Osmonds used to do these, they were parts of these, you know, I mean, I think I've played like about every venue in the UK, because like with Merrill, you go over there and play like small theaters and clubs. And then with the Osmonds, you'd play like, you know, bigger places, bigger theaters. And then they would be part of these package tours with all these like acts that were big in the 70s. We did these tours called Once in a Lifetime tours.
Yep.
Which was ironic because we did it every other year. You know,
right.
12 years or whatever. But but it'd be like the Osmonds and the Bay City Rollers and
really,
you know, Hot Chocolate, and Leo Sayer did one, and
they play Wembley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Bunch, yeah. Yeah, but then you'd go over there on those package tours and play these big arenas, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool because you're playing these places you always dreamed of playing, but you're playing not the music you thought you'd be playing. You know?
Right,
But
sure.
I loved it. Yeah, it was great.
No,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
By the way, and Liz Deck, thank you for that too. She says that there's a Naked Zoo show coming up too. Talk about your time in Naked Zoo. And
Oh man, you know, Naked Zoo. Back my very first bar gig, I think I was 15 years old at Fletcher's opening for Naked Zoo. I played in a band called Johnny Law, and that's where I met Brian and Gene and Scott and all those guys, you know. And I just through the years, you know, stayed friends with them and played in I played in a lot of bands with Brian and Gene, of course, you know. The Dropouts and the Osmonds and several, you know, literally been around the world with Brian and Gene.
Two really talented guys, and super nice guys too.
Yeah,
like they with you know the cred that they have, they could be total a-holes, and they choose not to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, Gene's like the nicest guy on the planet. You know?
Yes, he is.
And then Scott, I had a band back in the mid '90s with Scott Snow.
Yeah,
called Malachi, kind of like kind of real heavy.
That's where we got our start.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's our connection.
Oh, really? Whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry. Say that again, Josh.
I said, was that with Blue Contagion?
No, sorry.
Let's see here. Jay Stevens says, side note, the first musician I met and jammed with in Springfield was Steve.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. I met Jay at a restaurant. He was working there, and we were.
Was he working as working in a restaurant as a cocktail? Or how does that go?
Yeah, working in a waitress at a cocktail bar. I played that song last night.
Yeah, you did. That's why it's in my head. There you go. I was like, I don't know why that came to me, but yeah, you guys played it last night.
That's right. Yeah. Back when the Dropouts were looking for a new lead singer.
Yeah.
Jay
cool.
come and play, and we also had Gina at the same time. I think they were both there at the same time.
Huh.
And
Wow.
we're wanting both of them, you know, but just didn't work out. But yeah, but I think me and Jay and Gene, I think, jammed, tried to start something different there for a while.
Yeah. Scott Henry says the Cavern Club.
Yeah, played there a couple times.
Fletcher's.
Yeah, Fletcher's, man. That was quite the rock bar.
Oh, really?
Day, yeah.
Here in Springfield?
Yeah, out on the West Bypass. Or no, I'm sorry, past West. It was on Chestnut, past West Bypass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Out towards kind of in the airport area, or what used to be, I guess. I don't know. Yeah,
toward there. Yeah.
Yep. PJ says Steve is the best drummer ever, in my opinion. Shane, cover your ears.
I agree. I totally agree.
No.
Totally agree.
Thanks, PJ.
Scott Henry says, in my living room.
That's right. Scott was in the dropouts at the time. Yeah. So we had the rehearsal. Yeah.
Blue China. Very cool, man.
China
Very
blue.
cool.
Yep. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Let's see what we've got here. I'm onto my third page of notes now, I think. Second or third, I don't know. So let's see. Shane freaked us both out, Steve. He's like, man, I already got 3 pages of notes. And I'm like, oh, God, let me get busy. So, yeah, actually, to be totally transparent, Steve, while you guys were playing members only last night, I ducked down and watched a few songs come up here, listen to about 2 or 3 Def Leppard songs, and go back down and get another. That's what got me through the albums.
Here's my notes right here. Look at Shane's.
What is that, a prescription?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, fellas.
Prescription to rock.
Ooh.
Whoa there.
Oh, wait. I like how I do that, and I've got it. There you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on this little journey. Okay, guys, this is it for me. This is hands down the hardest decision of both of these.
I've been thinking about this for an hour.
I've been back and forth all this week on which way I'm going to vote. And I've got it written down, and I'm sticking with it because if I overthink it, I'm going to keep changing it. So we've got Too Late for Love versus Love Bites. Liz Deck says Shane is prepared. You have no idea. He's prepared for anything.
I am not.
Jinkopedia. Dude, I'm writing that down. We're making that a thing.
It's got to be a thing.
So, speaking of Jinkopedia, what are your notes there, sir?
Well, my notes. It's one of my favorite songs. You know, big build all the way to the ending. Just a great song all the way around. Another one of those. You know, you hear it. You know, it's Def Leppard. My one thing I've got here is a lot of local bands ruin this song. I
don't think I've heard a local band do this song.
I haven't either.
I've heard a few do it, and it's not well. It's not well.
And here's the thing on that too, Shane. Like you said, the production sounding that big, it's hard to translate to a local level band, and it's not even necessarily the ability of their playing. It's they don't have the sound to fill it out to make it sound finished and polished.
Right.
I think Def Leppard's a hard band to cover. You know,
Def Leppard would agree.
So
they play with a lot of tracks and stuff because of that.
With all the polish and everything going. Love Bites, nobody covers, and
because of that vocal.
Love Bites, and it's a great song. I mean, it's a great ballad.
Yes,
and it had that whole Mutt Lange take on it. The sound, it's draggy. The big chorus, you know what I mean? It has everything.
Yeah,
and but golly, to pick one or the other,
dude, I know, right? This is legit hard.
I'm going to get ripped for either way, but
you're not going to get ripped. But tomorrow you're gonna watch this back and be like, man, why did I vote for that?
Why did I pick that? Yeah,
yeah.
I think I'm going to probably have to go the nostalgia for myself as a 13, 14, 15-year-old. What's that look, Jared? What's that look?
So Josh and I have split opinions on this. So I think you're going to go Team Jared, and I think Josh thinks you're about ready to go Team Josh. But let's hear what you got.
I'm going Love Bites.
Oh, man. Dang it.
We're going to lose. You know we're going to lose on this,
dude.
We're going to lose this one.
1987.
Yeah.
We were, that was high school for us, man. That was 8th, 9th grade or something like that. Yeah, absolutely. And when you had that early love and the song Love Bites came on and you had those breakups, that spoke to you.
Slow dancing in the in the cafeteria at the school dance. Oh man,
gym. Ours was a gym. So
yeah. Well, we had a barn out back.
Did they bring
y'all got a barning train?
They bring the animals around too.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's Love Bites.
The horse bites.
That's why I like the song Animal.
That's why I liked Animal.
Yeah,
Give him a carrot, it will do.
Steve, you need some notes.
I do. Can I borrow some of these notes?
Hey, Steve, you need to borrow a pen?
Yeah. I'm good. Got a Sharpie.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so Shane, you're gonna go with Love Bites.
Yeah,
Huh?
and I'm going to regret that, but I am.
I don't think you're gonna regret it.
Don't regret it.
I'll be either way. There is no wrong answer on this one. Both of these are really, really, totally worthy songs of being picked as. I mean,
I just think it comes down to how it affected me personally. You know.
Yeah.
And that's why I went with it.
Yep.
Also the guitar lines in there in the chorus. Yeah, creating that tension and
slow and draggy.
Absolutely. It was a very emotive song.
All right, Steve, go ahead and say
your
song now.
Well, what?
I felt like
you know what's
actually
already.
I felt like if you translated that, what that actually said. Okay, Steve, go ahead and tell us your stupid opinion.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Yeah, we know what it is. Come on. No, this was actually the toughest one for me because they were both good songs. They were both ballads, you know.
Yep.
And Love Bites, I have memories of being,
college
on my second marriage. No, in high school, high school dances, and you broke up with a girl, and that song, man, you're right. Damn it, Love Bites. Love sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
But to me, Too Late for Love is the one. It's a better song to me.
Yeah.
It's the way it starts. That it's just it builds. I think it's a better tune.
So you're voting for Too Late for Love.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw my 2 cents in. So Steve, to go right off of what you're saying, the intro to in my notes, what I've got is the intro to the song with just the lead guitar, the vocal, and that small little wind effect in there.
Yes.
And then whenever those three components are very mood setting.
Yes, and the lyrics too, I think are better.
And then the backup
Standing by the trapdoor. Yeah.
The backup vocals kick in. Too late.
Yep.
And it makes the listener feel the need to sing along, which is a sign of great production.
And Too Late for Love, when it kicks in, it's not really a ballad, honestly, because it
has more of an upbeat.
Yeah.
But the chorus feels like it's kind of slowed down.
Even
as the song goes on.
Yeah.
Which is a neat little trick. Love Bites, though. I've got the lyrics are incredible and very personable and vulnerable. But I got to admit, I love the bass being more forward in the mix. God, I can't think straight whenever I'm trying to. What's the bass line in this?
Boom, 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 boom. It does some.
Boom, boom. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, bum, bum.
Yeah, it's kind of a
that kind of thing. It's very in the front of the mix, which compared to anything from Pyromania is dramatically different. But I'm with Steve on this. To me, it's again, they're both good songs. I'm not either way. Anybody votes is a good answer. But for me, it's the feel, it's the vibe of the song, and to me, there's a more vibe created with Too Late for Love. Like I said, just the dynamics of the intro. How it makes you want to sing along. Too late, too late. It's just, man, it makes it a good song. My opinion.
Yeah,
I agree.
We can't all be right.
I know. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
It's a hard decision,
dude. It really is.
They're both great songs.
They really are.
I'm excited to hear everybody in the comments opinion, but I'm also excited to move on because we're going to go back and forth between Shane and I, we're going to go back and forth on our opinions here. So, Josh, where are you gonna go? Love Bites then? Is that what I'm picking up?
Yeah, I'm Love Bites.
Josh is Love
Quit
Bites.
trying to change his mind.
No, you're not going to change my mind on this one.
All right, fair enough.
Now, if Too Late were up against another song, it probably would win, but not against Love Bites.
Yeah. I actually kind of like the fact that it made it a hard decision with the way that it's lined up.
So what are they saying in the comments?
So we've got 1, 2, 3 for Too Late. Cindy Lucas says Paralander does Love Bites quite well. Brian says Love Bites. Al says they're both in the same formula. It seems like the winning formula. I'd have to say the one that is currently playing. Okay, so no vote. Al is Switzerland. Julia says this is tough. I'm going Love Bites because of those super stacked vocal harmonies. That's a good point too. Tiki says Love Bites. Liz says graduated in 87. Ha. Too Late for Love by Half a Hair. Okay. Jay Stevens says Love Bites is a good song to turn the lights low, take some E, and put on a candle. And,
Yep, that's why that song is now ruined. Thanks, Jay.
Thanks,
Is that
Jay.
what he's wanting? I mean, is that his vote then? I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna give him that.
I'm scared to
I'm
know
gonna
what
give Love
happens
Bites that.
on a Sunday afternoon
Glitter-
in the Stevens
glitter
house.
Glitter
pops
yourself. Put
Glitter pops out the end.
candles on. Take a little E.
It's a glitter gun.
Right.
Bedazzled.
Oh my gosh. Chuck says, I hope you regret it, Shane. I'm going with Too Late. Elkie, Too Late. Jeff, Too Late. Liz, Love Bites. And that's what we've got.
Too late.
Hey, Mr. Tallyman Banana, what is the outcome of this song?
Too Late is at 9 and Love Bites is at 7.
You're going down.
That's close. It's close.
It is close. It is close. And that's they're two really good songs. So no loss here. Tiki says Glitter Dome. All right. Let's move on. Oh, let's hey, ha, hoo. Too Late for Love is the winner. And we will go on to our next song, track number 5. Die Hard the Hunter and Pour Some Sugar on Me. Let the slaughtering begin.
Is there really any discussion needed on this one?
Not necessarily any discussion, but there are some things that should be probably
I think
said.
Steve's torn.
It's not on
Steve
Pyromania.
Steve is Natalie Imbroglia, or how do you say that? Ambrosia?
Imbruglia.
He's torn.
Torn. I haven't played that song before.
Have you?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Sadly. Let's see here. So Steve, where are you at on this?
I got to go pour some sugar on me.
No, that's what Jay Stevens is doing. What are you doing?
Pour some glitter on Jay.
Pour some glitter on me.
A little more, if you please.
I like Die Hard the Hunter, but it's definitely like an album track. You know what I mean? It's an
do.
okay song. There's nothing stand out about it, but Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs you kind of get sick of hearing it on the radio, but after you come back and visit it, you know why it was a hit in the first place.
You know why it's overplayed because
Yes,
it's got all the markings of a successful single.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. It's easy. It's kind of like Sweet Child of Mine. Like, oh god, if it comes on the radio, I tend to turn the channel. But to actually listen to the song or to perform the song, it's I mean, man, it's a valuable asset to the album for sure. And this is a song, obviously, Shane, where I was mentioning earlier on your remark about Animal being the strongest one. This has got to be the only other contender. As far as just the hottest single on the album.
Oh yeah, it was huge back when it came out. Yeah,
Made for radio, made for video,
made for strippers.
made for strippers.
Yeah,
like Jay Stevens.
Like Jay Stevens.
I don't know if it's true, but that's what they, when Hysteria came out, it didn't sell well, and then apparently a bunch of strippers started dancing to it, and it took off in the strip clubs. And it became a hit. That's what I hear. I don't know if it's true or not.
Were you taking notes?
Yeah, no. Back in the day, I
yeah,
counting how many strippers danced to it.
This was
he was counting how many dollars you're short in your wallet. Let's be honest.
Man, I lost a lot of money to this song.
I lost a lot of sugar to this song.
I think their first single was Animal.
I think it was women.
I think it was
actually.
women.
Yeah, it was women.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
here's the
so
thing.
they
It released 2 different singles as their first single in different states. So America and Mexico got Women, I think, and UK, I believe, got Animal.
UK.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which was weird. I don't know. I don't understand the philosophy of trying to do it that way, but
So it was.
and Women was
America?
actually fairly successful in America,
Mhm.
but again, I don't know why they chose that as
America and Mexico,
Right.
Women and UK, Animal.
Yeah.
And I think when the Love Bites their second single,
Love Bites was
I think
after
so.
Sugar.
and
I think. Yeah.
well, I know that they had 2 singles that came out, and the band was pushing for for their third one to be Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Well, I know
because
that
it wasn't doing real well.
Yeah.
And once they put out Pour Some Sugar on Me, it exploded.
took off. Yeah.
It wound up being 7 songs, right?
7
Yeah.
singles. Yeah.
7 singles.
Yeah,
from it.
correct.
Mhm.
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
I've got a crap ton of votes for Sugar, and I've got, I think, 2 for Die Hard. Everybody's saying that this is the best stripper song ever.
Yeah.
Did
I mean, that's what I hear.
You want to hear my notes, Jared?
I do.
Would you like to hear my notes?
I would.
Okay. I didn't even make any for Pour Some Sugar on Me because I knew it was going
Right.
to win.
What's the point?
Die Hard Hunter. This song does nothing for me. At the 4-minute mark, it sound like a slow Iron Maiden, and the song should have ended at the 5-minute 10 mark.
Okay. So your notes are very different from mine, but my notes for this is there is one thing that we share. The first thing I wrote was too long.
Too long.
6 minutes and 16 seconds.
Too
It's just
long.
too long. So here's also what I've written for Die Hard Hunter. If you would have told me that this song was written by Gene Simmons and almost a Kiss song, I wouldn't be surprised. I like the setup in the intro verse. The mood of the song completely changes after that and goes into a typical hair band sound, and that's where you lose me. It's just so generic and nothing sticks. And Pour Some Sugar on Me. I agreed that no notes need to be taken, but I did my best. This song's production is huge. Every instrument sounds enormous. It lends itself to almost the same hip hop crossover appeal. Or to some hip hop crossover appeal. The guitar riff before the first verse is a 10 out of 10. And there is no traditional, and this is interesting that nobody is talking about. There's no traditional or noodly guitar solo. There's no solo in this song. There's some little kind of chicken picky kind of stuff, but it's not a traditional like 30-second solo.
I have a question.
Okay.
All right. Pour Some Sugar on Me. The video has "Hit Me Like a Bomb, a Bomb."
Yes.
Okay. Was that just on the CD or was that because the cassette didn't have that?
Correct. So there are 2 different intros. One is the "Love Me Like a Bomb," the bomb, the bomb.
Yeah.
And the other is "Step Inside,
Right.
Walk This Way." Yeah. And so you're exactly right. It's done for whatever reason because of the video.
So it wasn't CD because all I had back then was cassette. So I didn't know if it was the CD had the "Hit Like a Bomb," and the cassette had the "Step Inside," but I knew the video had. So I didn't know.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I didn't do a whole lot of research on that specifically, but Josh and I were talking about this week as well. And he was saying that he thinks it's because of the video.
The video.
Yeah. But yeah, I always thought it was interesting too. And I'm not sure when they do it live. I'm not sure which way they do it. I think it's the "Love Me Like a Bomb, the bomb, the bomb," and then they just start, which would be a track, and then they start him with a guitar.
Right.
The CD does have Step Inside, Walk This Way.
Does it?
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So Josh, are you going the obvious route, or are you doing something different?
I think I will do Die Hard the Hunter. Just, because it's not getting any votes.
It's a win-win.
Going the CJ Garmo
Why
route,
not?
huh?
It's a win-win
Yeah,
for you, right?
Yeah.
See, I say that, and look, CJ Garmo says Die Hard.
Come on. I'm
Got you
doing
like clockwork, fellas.
Pour some glitter on Jay is what we're
Right.
doing.
Kim says, I like Die Hard, but it's too damn long. Yeah, exactly. It really. Do you have to make it linger? Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, yes. So we're gonna call that one "Pour Some Sugar on Me" for the win. I know we're all sitting here in shock right now. All right, so on to track number 6. Robin. We've got Foolin' versus Armageddon. Really getting it. Shane, what you got written down there, boy?
All right. So backstory on Armageddon. That video come out, and then not long after that, we lost Steve Clark.
Correct.
It was kind of in that same time frame, right?
Yes.
And which is ironic because we had the "Come on, Steve, get it" part,
Right.
For the longest time, Armageddon was my favorite song off the album. I
really love that song
I
as well.
kind of just got into it. There's the part after the solo, where it's roulette, come trigger the gun, 'cause the best is yet to. That whole part right in there, building up to the chorus. Love that part. like I said, it and Animal kind of went back and forth with me. I think Animal's kind of settled as maybe my favorite off the whole album.
Right.
But the cool solo, Steve Clark as solo. But Foolin', iconic song, the whole Pyromania, and I love the first 103 of the song. It's just, it's Def Leppard, it's rock.
Right.
I've never, people are going to hate me for this. Never really been a huge fan of the Foolin'. Just
that's another one that like for a live local band, my old band Sunset Strip, we used to do that, and it always felt like the weak spot of the song because I'm like, I feel so stupid going Foolin'. Everybody knows Jared doesn't have a stuttering problem, so why am I doing this? It's just kind of a weird thing to have in the song like that.
It's a really good song. Cowbell kind of ruins it for me because I'm not a cowbell guy.
Oh man.
But I'm going to hold out to vote.
Steve's about ready to throw your ass out the window.
Man, I love Foolin'. I love the cowbell.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. No.
You never had a cow.
Did we get a definitive answer from Shane?
He's holding out.
You're holding out?
I'm going to hold out for a second.
Okay.
I got to think about it.
Is it on me?
I'm going with Armageddon.
Oh, he didn't hold out long, folks.
Well, I'm going with Foolin'. I love Armageddon. I mean, it's a cool tune. To me, Armageddon, it sounds like if it was recorded a decade earlier, it could be like an old T-Rex song or something, which I think is cool. I dig it. It's kind of got a loose rock and roll thing, but Foolin', to me, it may be nostalgia, but I remember that's one of the Friday night video staples. The video, I remember that vividly. And there was a lot of cowbell on this whole album.
There was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I just saw the comments of the day so far. We've got it from Scott Henry.
Oh, what is it?
Thought this was about the drummer's car crash. Where's his arm? Armageddon it. Wow.
And they're both cool tunes, but I got to go with Foolin', even though Armageddon it does have the "Come on, Steve" line, which the guys
they made it for you.
He's talking to me.
Yeah, made it for you.
The guys and members only like to yell that randomly.
Yeah, I saw some of that last night. I'm like, oh, you just wait till you see what I got. Yeah.
But no, it's a great song. But to me, and like I said, it's probably nostalgia. But I'm going with Foolin'.
Okay. So I'll read my notes here first before I tell you what I'm going. Foolin', I've got the lyrics tell a great story, more use of cowbell, but this one is actually borderlining on making the track sound dated. It didn't, but it was right on the border. Armageddon, I've only got one sentence written, and it says very odd vocal phrasings. If you were to read the lyrics and sing them how you think they would, like there's a lot of coming in on the second or the end of the beat. Or finishing early and letting an instrument play over the ending of the fourth beat. It's really weird phrasing that it was almost too progressive for what I would know Def Leppard to be, which kind of threw me off. But I think overall it's a great song. I, however, am also going to go with Foolin'. I think it's just a better of the two songs in the head-to-head that we've got it in today. Josh?
I initially had Foolin', but I think I'm going to go with Armageddon. I think Shane makes some pretty convincing arguments.
Thank you.
What have
I
done?
The blurry.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with these cameras. I think it's these snowflakes behind you. I might have to, everybody, I've got the Christmas spirit, but my cameras don't.
Because Shane's a Grinch.
Right. Okay. So, going to the comments. Let's see here.
I'll be interested to see, but I figured Foolin' will run away with this.
Okay.
Here
we go, Josh.
Yep.
We've got Foolin', Armageddon, Foolin', 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 total coin flip. Julia says, another tough call. Although the video for Armageddon it was extremely appealing because of my crush on Joe Elliott at the time. Foolin' was way more fun to sing, so Foolin' gets my vote. So there's one for Foolin'. Steve, did you also have the same affection for Joe Elliott when you watched those videos on Friday nights?
Yep, that was it.
Cindy says Armageddon it. Al says Armageddon it. Scott says,
Get an arm.
oh, yeah.
Get an arm.
Get an arm, take an arm. Both Armageddon and Foolin' are good. My vote is Foolin'. Both great songs. Foolin' for Jeffries. And Jay says, WTF is an Armageddon it. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm not voting for it. It just doesn't make no damn sense. Okay.
That's a fooling for Jay.
That's a no vote for Jay.
No
That's
vote.
just I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we'll put that as a fool vote, I
It
guess.
wasn't a complete runaway, was it?
I don't know. What is our
10-5.
That's what the
Really, for
WTF
fooling?
stands
Yep.
for.
wow.
Fooling.
All right.
WTF stands for
What the
with,
fooling?
with the
Foolin'.
fooling.
What the fooling? Okay. So fooling is going to take this one. It's official. And here comes the moment we've all been waiting for. It's finally appropriate. Rock of Ages versus Gods of War. Steve, we'll let you start on this one.
No brainer. Rock of Ages. I mean, Gods of War. I hadn't heard that song probably in 20 years. Listened to it in the car on the way here.
That makes for a long car
yeah,
ride. Oh,
yeah, it's not a great song.
It's
you know?
not.
It's kind of like Die Hard the Hunter. Really, it's just stuffed on there. You know.
yeah,
It's,
it really is.
yeah. Rock of Ages. That was a massive hit. Cool drum groove. Great intro. You know, with Mutt Lange. Then the drums. coming in, yeah.
Right, yeah.
But it's a cool groove. Yeah. Yeah. That was I mean, back. I think I was in maybe, I don't know, junior high or maybe before that when this came out, and this song was everywhere, and it's just cool rock tune, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
It is for sure. Okay, so Steve is going Rock of Ages. We'll jump over to Josh. Joshua, what do you think?
Got to be Rock of Ages.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Shane, what you got in your little note bag there,
First
boy?
off, if you're in my mom's vehicle in 1987, you need to flip the cassette over at this point.
Oh,
because
I was going to ask where in the car. But
Armageddon
okay,
it was the last song on the first side.
there you go.
Rock of Ages, iconic intro. If you're over the age of 30, you know this song. You know.
Yeah.
Killer song on all fronts. It's a rock anthem. It's a staple of American rock, even though it's pretty.
Would you say that this is even an arena rock song?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I would think so too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chorus is.
Yeah.
I mean, this you think of rock and roll. This is the song that comes to your mind.
Yep.
God of War. Nothing for me. Not a fan. You know.
I need to record that sound effect and get it in here.
Help yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So easy one for me.
Fair. So for me, I've got rock. I'll go the opposite way. Rock of Ages is my vote. That's what I'm going with. Overall, the sound of Rock of Ages on this track could have been very easily fit into Hysteria. It's got such a feel-good / party solo. For Gods of War, I've got the first six. I'll say that again. The first 50 seconds is a total waste of time. There's like this weird little guitar-y kind of thing, and then it like totally dies out or stops, and then like the song starts. I'm like, so then what was the point of the first almost minute? I did like the effect that they had where they were panning like a high pass filter back and forth after that 50 seconds. But there, if you listen to this song and then listen to Armageddon, there are a lot of recycled chord structures that are almost verbatim. Like it's like they didn't even try to come up with the filler. They're just like, hey, I really like this riff. Let's put it in this song too. So yeah, Rock of Ages, no questions asked. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got a perfect clean sweep for Rock of Ages.
All around.
All around. So our first clean sweep.
It's the cowbell.
All right. Coming up next, we've got actually coming up next. I'll tell you what, let's we're gonna take another quick little break, get some refills, do what we gotta do. So stick around and we'll see how the rest of the album finishes out. Don't go away. All right, so we are back. Let me get myself back up in her. There we go. Let me check in on the comments, see how everybody's doing. Is this going so far the way that you thought it would go? Are you over there shaking your fist like, what are you doing over there? Or are you like, nope, yep, this is exactly how I thought it would go? I would like to know. Because, you know, to totally be transparent about this, and Josh saying, hey, why don't we do a Def Leppard classic album clash? I'm thinking, well, Hysteria is going to win by a landslide. And as I'm going through this, I actually have more on my votes for Pyromania than I do Hysteria. So I was not expecting to think that the better album was going to be Pyromania, but I would have to agree with Mr. Steve Mason, wherever he went. There he is. Who you know, he and I talked last night at the show, and you were talking about you're in heaven now.
I love these. I'm like E.T.
So you were talking about last night, just overall liking the grittier rock and roll feel to Pyromania, the less polished version of Def Leppard.
Well, to me, like Def Leppard from the first album, all, you know, on through the night, then High and Dry, then Pyromania, then Hysteria, they progressively got more poppier, you know.
I would agree with that, except for Bringing on the Heartbreak from High and Dry. Yeah, that actually could have really fit well on Hysteria.
I agree. It could. Easy, yeah.
That's another one that my old band used to cover. I love doing it, but it does have that overall more produced. And I feel like maybe that was kind of a dip with their toes in the water of having that bigger sound, and like we want more of this.
And that was the I believe that album was the first one with Mutt Lange. Was that right?
High and Dry was correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can hear the Mutt Lange influence, you know.
Yeah.
The further they get into their career. Oddly enough, to me, the Mutt Lange prototype for Def Leppard. Have you heard the song "Touch Too Much" by AC/DC?
Yeah. Just a touch. Doo-doo.
That could totally be a Def Leppard song.
Very much so.
I mean, it sounds like it could be off.
Very much.
You know, High and Dry or Pyromania. But
I see Jared this week have a conversation with someone about High and Dry. I got a buddy who's a huge Def Leppard fan, and he'll take High and Dry over any of these.
I love, to me, Def Leppard, when they first started out, you could hear the AC/DC influence, which was ironic because, you know, Mutt Lange also produced AC/DC.
Yeah.
And kind of made their biggest album, you know, 2 biggest albums. Back in Black. But to me, Touch Too Much, it sounds like a blueprint for Def Leppard's entire sound, you know.
Yeah. Jared mentioned it earlier too. I had it one of my notes somewhere. He brought up Cinderella. There's a song on Pyromania that reminded me of Cinderella. I'll be interested to see which one that was.
That was the first song, probably Rock.
No, it's
we're gonna keep carrying on with the conversation. I think even though we're moving here, I think we're frozen up on the live stream. So we'll carry on with our conversation. Keep going.
Silence.
To see us anyway. That's because Hysteria is losing.
No one can see us right now.
The internet.
Nobody can see us, but they can hear us.
This is the best we have looked all night.
Yeah,
so you don't have to worry about that.
And here, I'll use a Shania Twain reference since we're talking about Mutt Lange. Did I shave my legs for this?
Yeah. You can totally hear Mutt Lange.
We really can.
In everything he does.
Yes. And as far as producers and stuff, the only other person that I feel is the same kind of way where you can listen to a song and go, oh, I could tell who did this, was Phil Spector with the Wall of Sound.
Yeah.
Like two producers that very much have their own unique sound, but you can put your finger on it from a mile away.
Yeah. And I don't know that that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. You almost don't want to have too much of an influence on a band, but at the same time, if I think it was Al Hutchins that said earlier something about a formula. If you've got a formula and it works and it continues to work, you kind of do tend to keep going with it.
Yeah.
And maybe that was kind of detrimental overall to the longevity of the genre. Was that it became too formulaic. That's something that I complain about all the time with, into the 90s with hair bands and stuff. Poison is an easy go-to. Bon Jovi, They just started sounding too formulaic and too regurgitated of a sound.
Well, I think when you know, like a certain like the 80s, for instance, like when
hey, there we go, we're back.
Oh, we're back. When like the first wave of those hair bands came out, they were different, they were new. Then by the second wave, it's kind of regurgitated, and by the third wave of them, it's all just completely ripping each other off, and they're all the same. And it's by then it's too late, it's dead. You know,
too late
for
too
hair.
late for love. Sorry,
Well, if you're making hits, keep making them, right?
Right,
Until no
that's what I'm
one wants to
saying.
hear
Run
about
into
it.
the ground.
right until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
But
hip hop's not doing that at all.
right. Yeah, no. These are my possessions. Let me tell you all about them. If you ever notice, that's all rap is about, is things and possessions and women. Okay, so let's see here.
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes.
Okay. Kim says, I'm surprised at myself for not voting the way I initially thought I would. So that makes me think that maybe some of our arguments are influencing some folks. I'm not even going to read that out loud, or I'll get put in Facebook jail again. But there's something about a sport and a score or something.
Foosball.
Yeah. Oh no, black. Yep, we froze, but I figured out how to fix that without having to restart the stream. So I don't know. I still haven't figured out what's causing it, but at least we don't have to, try and find the stream again. So that's good. Al says, "Dang it! Did Jay get naked again?" Jeff says, "Come on, fix that." Well, I did. You want to hear about Cinderella? Oh, I want to hear about Cinderella. What? Did somebody say something about Cinderella?
Shane.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
There we go.
I was reading.
He's studying his notes.
Yeah, I was reading the.
He's studying for the final exam.
Right. Yeah, I guess
He
so.
was talking about a song sounding like Cinderella, but couldn't remember one.
Yeah, I
which one it
figured out
was.
which one it was. It's
What was
coming
it?
up.
That's
Oh, is
coming
it?
up?
Yeah.
So for me, what did I say earlier? Rock Till You Drop is the one that sounded almost like
Yeah.
a Cinderella song to me. J. Scott Garmery says, I always thought they originally tried to sound like UFO. Wow, that's interesting. I'll have to re-listen to some of their early stuff from what was that? Keep on Trucking? Is that their first album?
Keep on trucking.
On Through the Night.
Keep on
Through the Night.
keeping on.
It had a
Yeah.
truck on it.
It had a truck.
on
Yeah,
it.
You know,
it was following the guitar.
I could see that. I think they were big UFO fans. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys listen to UFO, but man,
Yeah.
love them. Great.
But
Same,
it is
yeah.
amazing how much their sound changed when they got Mutt Lange on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's totally different band, and
Yeah.
each from album to album, you hear the evolution of their sound.
Truly.
Well, yeah.
Here you go, Shane. Chuck says it's the best they've looked all night, Jeff, when we went into dark mode. Yeah, I agree, Elkie. Elkie says, come on, Josh, fix it.
I'm not in control of that.
Well, I don't know. You're the producer. You're in control of everything.
It's
It
Jared's
worked fine
stream.
before you got here,
It's
Josh.
Jared's stream,
No, this is our
and he's got a
stream.
weak stream for.
I've got a narrow urethra.
I'll
Damn
tell
it,
you
Bobby.
what. That's why I only have one
I'll
child.
tell you what.
Can you get that drummer guys from Members Only's autograph for me? Guess who that was from?
Jeff Ward.
Jeff Ward. All right. So there I missed a Lisa says, can we keep it black for my appearance next week? Kim says, Lisa, I'm down with that. We might come up with something creative actually for a little Christmas special. So stay tuned. All right. So fellas and fellas, let's go on to track number 8. Coming under fire, don't shoot shotgun.
Oh, boy.
Here's my opinion on this. Oops, that's wrong. That's there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get through this until that one song.
As good. I mean, as good as the Love Bites and the other. What was the song?
Love Bites and Too Late.
Yeah, as good as that one was, this one is a cricket fest.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's the same struggle on which one you pick, but for a different reason. Different. I mean, yeah.
Well, I've got the cheesy. This is Don't Shoot Shotgun. The cheesy intro blows, and the song does nothing for me on my notes.
Yeah.
As far as Coming Under Fire, it sounds like Def Leppard. That's my notes. And then I've
Which is funny
That's
that you say
odd.
that.
Yeah.
in
Held notes.
parentheses, I've got track filler. So
Well, I'll before we vote, I want to go and read my notes. Because you said that Coming Under Fire, it just sounds like Def Leppard.
Yeah.
I actually have that Coming Under Fire. It almost feels like Def Leppard covering a song from Dokken. Meaning that I could see this being a fairly decent Dokken song. And maybe that should have been chopped around and given to Dokken. But I agree that I've got written down for Don't Shoot Shotgun. Seems like a typical filler song. Lyrics. Do you know what the song is about? Anybody?
No.
I don't have this.
Premature.
Yes, I don't have this on any good authority other than just reading the lyrics, and it sounds like its song is about a 2-pump chump.
Ah.
Just saying, he don't shoot shotgun. Don't shoot shotgun.
Well, now I got to change my vote.
And your underwear.
Do you relate to it? Or?
this is when Jay's glitter gun goes.
Oh,
off.
yeah. It went off 20 minutes ago. Okay.
To me, that's what separates these two albums. I mean,
What, Jay Stevens and the amount of glitter?
Yep. Jay Stevens is all over Hysteria.
All over.
No, like Hysteria's got like what, 12 songs
It
and
does.
7 singles.
Oh, I meant to. Yeah.
Pyromania's got I don't know how many singles, but there's 10 songs. But to me, I mean, the singles were good, but the songs that weren't singles are better on Pyromania than the songs that weren't singles on Hysteria. To me, I don't know. And this is a perfect example because Coming Under Fire is not an exceptional song, but it's way better than the turd that is Don't Shoot Shotgun.
Yeah.
I mean, that song's a pretty poor tune.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
There's nothing at all redeeming as far as like a catchiness or anything.
Yeah.
Elkie, by the way, Joshua, this one's for you. Jared is correct. No problem before you came on. Fix it. Elkie is taking no prisoners, man.
Elkie, are you saying he had no problems before?
Right. None.
Before
None.
I
This
came
was a
along.
well-oiled machine.
I don't control the internet.
I have it on good authority that you do.
I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Kim Garmery says, don't shoot. Mark LeBrock says, hi, Steve.
Hey, Mark.
Let's see here. Liz Deck, neither one.
The right answer.
Chris
right there.
Hankins, don't care for either. Cindy Lucas, skip to the next question.
No one even wants to address
No,
these songs.
this is hysterical.
Know how they feel.
These are the bastards of the bunch.
Right. So I'm assuming this has to do with my description of what the song means, but Al Hutchins says, Frankie says, relax. Don't shoot shotgun. Okay, so we do have a don't shoot shotgun from Al. We've got Coming Under Fire from Elkie. We've got Don't Shoot Shotgun from Julia. Jeff Ward says Coming Under Fire all day.
Yep.
Tiki Man says survey says shovel to the head shotgun. Okay. Jody Guy Cotton Gim, how's it going, my friend? This is my kind of party. Don't like either. Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat. So yeah. Josh, what are you gonna vote?
Well, I think I found Don't Shoot had a better structural quality to it, but I just can't get past the lyrics. Don't Shoot Shotgun just is stupid.
True.
So your vote is which?
I'm gonna go with Coming Under Fire.
Okay. All right. I'm also gonna go with Coming Under Fire. Let's see what that tally ends up giving us.
I think it's like
75 to
2.
1.
Yeah. I think there were only 2 people that thought Don't Shoot had any quality to it.
Yeah, I would agree. Brian says fire. Okay. So our winner. Here we go. Our winner is going to be Coming Under Fire.
There we go. Coming Under Fire.
Boom. Okie dokie.
Of course, that could also have to do with premature ejaculation.
Yeah, it really could. It really could. So
or a STD.
That's right. This one time in band camp.
Now I got to change my vote again.
Right. And your underwear. So as fun as that was to try and vote for something that we didn't care about, let's do it again.
Yes.
So in the number 9 position, or number 9 track, I should say, we've got Action, Not Words, and Run Riot. I guess I'll go ahead and I'll start this one. So for Action, Not Words, I've got this almost reminds me of a less cool version of Let There Be Rock by AC/DC. And Run Riot, this song probably translates really well live for them. That's all I've got. My vote is Run Riot.
Run Riot.
Run Riot. Steve?
Action, Not Words.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
I like
so?
Run Riot. I like it up until the chorus. Then it gets a little too poppy for me.
Okay.
Aren't
you a members only, by the way?
Yeah. Yeah. I like pop.
Right.
Just not this particular pop.
Shots
Yeah.
fired.
Come
Yeah.
on, Steve.
Come on, Steve.
Yeah. I like I said, Action, Not Words to me is just it does kind of remind me a little bit of AC/DC, which I like. So
Yeah, and again, like you said
It's-
too, during our blackout, that's a very Mutt Lange influenced sound.
It's a little more closer to Def Leppard's roots than Run Riot. So.
Yeah. Let's see here. We've got 2 votes for Run Riot and 2 votes for Action, Not Words. So Shane, what are you going to do to break this up?
Well, I've got I like the bluesy slide vibe in the intro. This is where there's a part in there to me that sounded like Cinderella. Got that Cinderella vibe. That's where I had that wrote down.
Yep.
Chorus kind of blows. for
Yeah,
me.
that's what I thought.
For Action, Not Words.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
I thought you were talking about Run Riot.
No.
Damn it.
I like the middle build to the solo. But the song should have ended at the 2-minute 50-second mark. Is what I got for Action, Not Words. I liked Run Riot, but that's probably just a product of Hysteria, growing up on it.
Right.
So I'll go Run Riot.
Okay. And Josh, what are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with Run Riot as well.
That would be the correct answer.
No.
Okay, so let's see here. We had what did I say? We had 1, 2, and 1, 2. There we go. Okay, so we've got another one. Jody says Action, Not Words. Julie says Action, Not Words. Al says Run Riot. Elke says Action, Not Words. So if
Gotta
we were
be close,
Brian says Run Riot. This is going to be a close one, surprisingly.
We're at 6-7 right now.
Chuck says Action.
Chuck's out of votes.
7-7.
Tied.
Chuck, you have no power here.
Push.
Push.
That's it.
Push.
We're tied.
All right.
Tied.
We need a tiebreaker, folks.
Action. Just got to vote.
Yep.
Boom. Austin. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Tiebreaker.
Action. I would love to know if Austin even knows what the band is. Austin was my former coworker. Good dude. So thanks for joining us, Austin. Appreciate you bringing the action.
Oh, and then a Run Riot.
Oh,
Damn it.
good. Because that's what I'm going for.
And I think we need to wait anything to Hysteria just because there's a handicap on that album. So.
True. Okay, so Liz says Run. And Austin says nope, he doesn't know anything about who sings this. So perfect.
He's qualified.
Yeah, exactly.
Overqualified.
Well, he's got 2 functioning arms, so that still feels too soon. What's it been, like 35 years, and it still feels too soon sometimes. Tiki Man says, my mom says Action, Not Words. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, sure. But you got to vote yourself. We're not doing any of these mail.
My husband says Run Riot. So we're still at a stalemate, even with all these odd voting
9-9.
schemes.
9-9.
Yeah,
9-9.
9-9.
9-9.
9-9.
Careful, we'll all end up in Facebook jail.
I can't believe you didn't play my disclaimer.
Oh, dang it. I should have. In fact, I will. Let me pull this up and let me see if I can find this real quick. Because that was some funny stuff, man.
Because I've made it this far and not offended anybody yet.
I know. I know.
Which is
We're
still early in the night.
let me see if I can switch this over.
Scott Henry. This is the problem you run into with CDs that LPs don't have. Too much time to fill. A lot of filler was thrown because there was more time available. Instead of having these best 8 to 10 tracks, you have 14 to 15 tunes, 5 of which were meh.
True. He's right.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Hey, Josh, can you go to full screen for me for a second?
Full screen.
And Jeff just
Oops. Sorry, I did the wrong thing. Go to your camera in full screen.
put action, not words on Kristen's.
There you go. So this is from Shane Jennings. As soon as I asked him if he'd come on the show, this is the second thing that I got sent back to me. Disclaimer: the thoughts and views. I'll read that right again. Disclaimer: the thoughts, views, and opinions of Jinky do not necessarily reflect the policies or positions of the Audio Roast podcast, Jared Isaacs, or the Riff, or Classic Rock Coffee. Viewer discretion is advised. Yeah, good stuff, man. That's pretty funny stuff there, boy.
Full of useless information. Jinkipedia.
Kristen says action.
Jeff put that.
She did too.
I need proof that that's not Jeff.
Kim says time to flip a quarter. I say time to flip a Jinky.
If he lands on his feet, he's yours to keep.
Just feed him a McRib a day and he'll be fine.
You're right. Yeah. Okay, so are we still split here? Are we?
It's 10-9.
Okay, then we'll call it. So action it is.
Yay.
Yay. Calm down, Ben Stein. Yay. Action, not words, is the winner. All right, now what were you saying about Hysteria? I'm sorry, I was trying to read comments and I know you're saying, so I'm going to focus on you. Huh?
What about Hysteria?
You said something about hesitating or something.
Hesitating? What?
I don't know.
No, I've got my views on why I feel that Hysteria.
Hang on, I got this new thing set up. I don't know. Well, there's one. No, that's not. No, that's still not it. One of these. No, there we go. I found it.
Oh wow, you got another one.
Yeah, I got another one. I got a new one.
But see, I've got to look over this way to make it look like I'm looking.
Oh wait, yeah, I got to go this way.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
Well, I'm pretty good. What are you talking about?
If you're not in the studio,
why did you black us out? We had a well-oiled machine here before.
It's not my problem, man. You've got control of the stream.
I have no control. Can you not tell?
Yeah, well, I know that. That's why I was yelling at you to get a producer, and now I'm getting all the grief.
Right. I said Joshua Poole in the comments says, "Fire your producer."
Fire my producer.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so sorry. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
I'll still be paid the same.
Kristen, yeah, exactly. Bless your heart. Julia says Kristen breaks the tie. Yes, exactly. The winner is action. All right, so on to our final song. And I totally dropped the ball and should have explained this earlier. So obviously one album, Pyromania, has 10 tracks, and Hysteria has 12 tracks. Yeah. So obviously long story short, I just cut the last two off. We will still, if you would like to, could still talk about the last two on Hysteria, but for today's sake, we'll pretend that they both have 10 tracks. No.
Well, no one listens to the last two anyway.
No.
Especially not those two.
No. Unless you're in the car with Jinky's mom.
Yeah.
Apparently. And you flip the tape back over.
Wasn't Love and Affection the twins? I can't live without your love and affection.
Oh, it was, yeah. Then Nelson.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Wow, we're already getting votes. So Kim and Cindy both have said Hysteria. I'm shocked. So Shane, what have you got here on your notes here, bud?
Well, this will be easy.
Yeah, this is a
Billy's Got a Gun. I thought it was going to be Dio.
Really? I thought it was going to be Aerosmith.
Tedious.
Billy's Got a Gun.
Should have ended at the 5-minute mark and saved us all a bunch of time. Hysteria, great vibe, feel. Very Def Leppardy. I have that. Is Def Leppardy a word?
Yes, it's right next to Jinkipedia.
Yeah, Hysteria. No competition here, yeah. Steve.
I love Billy's Got a Gun. I think that was a cool
Oh
album.
gosh,
this guy, man, I tell you what.
But I'm going with Hysteria.
Okay,
I love Hysteria is just a well constructed tune. I love it. We just learned that in members only and played it last night, and just a great tune.
Yeah, in fact, I've got that recorded. I might even play that before we
awesome.
End the
cool.
show. Yeah,
I'd like to hear
from
it.
last night.
Awesome. Yeah, but yeah, Hysteria is the better tune. However, I do like the drum thing at the end of Billy's Got a Gun. I
Mhm.
don't know what it's called, but to me, that the little drum thing, you know what I'm talking about at the end?
I don't know that I made it because at the
Really?
5-minute mark, I wanted to kill. I wanted to kill myself. At
Hey,
the
I
5-minute
appreciate
mark.
the
Maybe
honesty.
we should ask a drummer what that little drum thing is.
That's all drum machine, but I like it better than both the last songs on Hysteria. So,
Okay.
So, but anyway, Hysteria is my vote on that one.
Okay. Let's see here, Joshua. What?
Hysteria.
Okay. Oh, wow! I like you. You literally just activated my my Siri.
Did I?
Hysteria.
I'm sorry.
She's like, what? Can I help you?
I'll be more
Wow,
careful.
Brian, I feel like you've been doing this all night. He's going with Billy's Got a Gun. I feel like he's been doing the devil's advocate vote. So it makes me question on your
Yeah.
if your sincerity is there. Chuck says, "Come on, Steve. Billy's Got a Gun." Elke's vote is Hysteria. Julia's vote is Hysteria. Tiki Man says, Def Leppard for the win.
Def Leppard all day.
Yeah. Let's see here. Chris Hankin says, Hysteria for personal reasons. It's one of the very few non-country songs that Fred Netzer got through to my twangy ass that we used to play together. Okay, cool. Hysteria from Mr. Jeff Wold. I think I already got that one earlier. So yeah, it's Hysteria for sure. That's also my vote. And for my notes, I've got Billy's Got a Gun is a surprisingly dark subject matter for Def Leppard. It's a good story song. Not a great one, but a good one. It's got a really weird ending though. I thought the ending sounded a lot like Genesis or Phil Collins. It's just that atmospheric weird. I'm like Shane, like just stop the song already. What are we doing?
Yeah, I was done.
Especially for being well, it's not the last song. Yeah, it's the last song on the album. So it just seemed to kind of linger on. Hysteria, what a fantastic ballad, deserving of being the title track. Such a full sound. And I will say this on behalf of the Dirty Saints. And I saw Members Only do this song last night. This is one of my favorite songs to hear a good band play live. Those harmony vocals in the chorus and stuff are just really, really awesome. It's a very full sound when done right. So
I agree. Cool tune.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that almost a total landslide. Billy's Got a Gun has only got one vote, but Hysteria wins out. Okay, so fellas, do you guys, while Josh is over there counting all the total tallies, did either of you get anything for Excitable or Love and Affection?
Well, I sure did.
Okay, well let's hear what you got.
He's got to go through his notes.
Yeah, let me look here.
He's
Excitable. I was excited till Duran started playing. And then Love and Affection, once again, sound very Def Leppard-y, track filler, easy B-side.
Yeah, Excitable is one of the worst tunes on the album.
It and Rocket.
Yeah.
Real. I'm really surprised at that. So in my notes, I've got Excitable, very 80s pop sounding. The bass is very upfront. I actually wrote that it's, in my opinion, single worthy, even if it's considered like a deep cut. Not that it would be high on the charts or anything like that, but it could have been pushed in marketing from a marketing standpoint a little bit. Not that it would have won any big awards. Love and Affection, I've got well placed on the album. It feels like a good wrap up song. Joe Elliott almost sounds congested, especially in that first verse. He just kind of sounds like this.
Yeah, he does. And Love and Affection to me sounds like they took all the spare parts from Hysteria and Animal and put it together in one song.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that for sure.
Leftover. Let's build a song here.
Right.
Scrap.
The record label says we've got to have 12 songs on here, so let's keep going.
You're $4 million in debt. I need 12 songs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Atomic Mass. We're changing the name. Def Leppard.
All right. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and give our big reveal here and see what Josh has got for our winner.
Yeah.
can't
Oh
argue.
yeah.
I can't argue with that.
Honestly, like I said earlier in the show that on several different posts that I put on the Audio Roast podcast page, everybody was like, "Oh, Hysteria," and I thought the same thing until I started taking these notes, and I'm like, "Man, Pyromania though, it's a heck of an album for sure." And again, a lot of it does honestly have to do with the way that the deck was stacked, if you will, as far as what songs were against what songs. I think Joshua was talking about somebody on the radio had just recently done one arm or two arm, and I think what you were saying is that it had different. They didn't do the track by track like what we do. They did something different, and mixed it up.
No, it was just one arm or two. It was kind of a guess which album this was from.
Oh,
gotcha.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, it apparently if it rocked, it was from Pyromania, and if it was overproduced, it was Hysteria.
So here's what I'm thinking. I think that the hits from Hysteria were so big that that there's a lot of connection to it. So people, when they think what is a great Def Leppard song, they think these huge monster hits, and not really which songs are the better songs.
Yeah.
So, or also what you're really connected with, because I think if most people were to be honest, they really were exposed to Def Leppard through Hysteria.
Yeah.
So.
See, I'm a little bit older probably than you guys. So to me, I was
Really?
first exposed. What? I'm 83 years old. No.
You look good. You must moisturize, boy.
Pyromania was when I was exposed to him. So to me, Hysteria seems like a little bit watered down, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And I'm sure people that discovered him on High and Dry thought Pyromania was watered down because it was kind of a progression, you know, from album to album.
Yeah.
So don't get me started on like Adrenalize and slang and all that crap. So,
Right. Don't get me started.
Yeah, it ended. It
yeah.
ended.
Yeah.
Adrenalize was just awful.
Oh, let's get rocked. Really?
Let's get
right. Yeah.
awful. Awfulness.
Solid record. There you go. Alan Bell, how's it going, buddy? I like Def Leppard till they poured some sugar on me. Then I was pissed. Okay. Kim says she agrees with Mr. Poole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's really no argument.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I want to before we finish the show out. Let me see if I can get all the right buttons here. I never can. Still can't. There we go. Okay, so Josh, there you go. Go to your camera if you can, Josh. Okay, now then I'm gonna switch this. So hold tight.
Okay.
Oh, that's me. Hit your Josh thing again. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so this is from last night, by the way. You'll see Steve back here in the back playing some drums. We'll listen to a little bit of Hysteria, and then we'll wrap up this show. Yeah, hold tight.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Wow.
Right?
I love what you've done.
Sounds
with the
just
drums.
like Def Leppard.
Oh, I'm telling you. So let me hold tight. I can't get there quick enough.
Look good.
Did they make you wear a wig? Come on, Steve.
Gotta know tonight. If you're alone tonight.
Steve, do you always play traditional like that with your left hand?
This fire. Oh, I get a hysteria. When you get your feeling, you know that feeling is such a magical hysteria. When you get that feeling, you know that feeling is such a magical hysteria. When you're near.
Good stuff, man. Steve, do you always play traditional like that with your left hand?
No,
You just change it up on certain songs. Just
some
'cause you
things
can.
feel better that way. Some of them don't. So
Fair.
I couldn't do that if you forced me to.
I primarily match grip, but through playing like Christmas shows and like playing with the Lennon Sisters, a lot of brush stuff, and I cannot play brushes match grip. It's like throwing a baseball with my left hand. It just feels weird. So the more I play brushes, the more I got into playing traditional. And some things just feel better that way. Some things feel awkward that way. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
I was as I was recording that last night, I was watching to see if you would go back to the other way for your rolls and stuff. But really, the rolls and stuff in that song are pretty simplistic.
Yeah,
like they're not overdone.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's pretty easy to keep it in that
Yeah, it's
traditional.
easier for me to go around a kit match grip, but traditional grip, I don't know why that song. I don't know. Some things just feel better that way. And,
yeah.
Can't explain it. I don't know what I'm doing. Making it up as I go.
Yep, exactly. Liz says, Jared, come to the Naked Zoo show. For Will. I definitely will. I don't know where are you guys playing? Where's it at? And when?
We don't have anything booked at the moment. We're kind of waiting for the
okay
COVID thing to die down a little bit, but
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be back soon. We've actually recorded a couple, three new songs we're gonna
really
try
nice
to put out. Yeah,
very good.
And then me and Scott we recorded a full album full of songs. We put them out last year. We called it Curse to Darkness. It's just kind of heavier stuff,
Yeah,
but it's out on Spotify and all those music streaming services.
Yeah, very cool, man. Very cool. Scott Garmery says, growing up with prog and heavy rock, albums like Hysteria are the reasons I started to listen to death metal. Scott, actually, you and Shane probably have a lot in common musically. A lot of people may not know this, but Shane is a big metalhead, especially on the heavy side of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll keep that in mind for a future episode, perhaps. Jeff Ward says, perfect. Mark says, love the lighting. Yep. Shout out to Tom Hembry from Eye Candy LED.
Tom's great.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a really
he's all right.
Yeah.
Let's not
right.
get carried
Yeah,
away.
well,
all right.
Yeah.
He's
All
okay,
right.
I guess.
Okay.
If you're gonna sing his praises, you gotta whisper. Don't want to sing him too loud. Yeah. Let's see here. Brian says best way to watch a show is on the big screen. It's cool to hear that you're. So it sounds like you're probably using your Apple TV again this week. So I'm glad to hear that's working out for you. That and Liz, yes, that was at the Riff, correct. Okay, so let's see what we've got next. Don't forget to go ahead and go to YouTube and search for the Audio Roast Podcast. Hit subscribe and the notification bell. Like, comment, and share. And next week, we have got our Christmas edition of Tournament of Champions. We're going to do a little Christmas special, if you will. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a minute since we've done a Tournament of Champions, so I'm excited to kind of get back in the swing of doing one of those. So please do tune in next week. And again, as a reminder, and I'm going to go ahead while we're all, and I should have done this earlier. I will go ahead and link the link into the comments so that we can get you guys set up to be able to donate to Crosslines. Again, the December 19th is the cutoff for Christmas shopping for them. But that does not mean that you can't donate after the 19th. Like I said, we're running this until the day after Christmas. So it would be awesome if you guys would be able to help us out. I could care less about how Audio Roast looks and as far as we were able to donate. So I just want to help people. So I hope that you guys will be able to help us do exactly that and accomplish our goal of $500, which I don't think is a big ask. Let me see if I can. There we go. In the comments now, I will paste the link that you can go to be able to donate. Even if you're only able to do $3 or $5, like it really will help. We had Tom Faulkner on last week, was it, Josh?
Yes.
And he was saying that a $5 donation, if they were to use that money to go towards food, would feed 12 people. So a little bit really does help go a long ways. So there's the link in the comments to be able to donate to Crosslines if you wouldn't mind helping out. And let's go ahead and talk about Shane, Thrillfall, Damsel, and Blue Contagion.
Yes, sir.
I have to watch myself because when we were doing rehearsals this week, when we were doing a run through, I just kept saying Blue Contagious.
Blue Contagious.
Or Blue Contagion.
Contagione.
Contagione.
Ashu Contagione.
I'll start with it. Blue Contagion, Art Bentley, Brian Lawson, Chris Bustios.
Okay.
They approached me last year when Thrillfall went away, and I wasn't doing nothing anyway. So it worked out. We've had a good time. They released which I joined the band. They had just finished a CD.
Okay,
when I joined.
that's what I thought. I wasn't
And
sure
so
if you had
it's
done any work on that or if
No,
you
I
came
didn't.
after.
I didn't do any. They're saying I'll do the next one. So
Cool.
the CD's out now, and then it's also on Spotify and Pandora, I believe, is what.
Nice.
And there's a station in town, 103.3, playing a couple of the songs, which
Really?
is kind of cool.
That's really cool.
And we just the Dropouts just dropped a show over across town, and so we've picked it up the night after Christmas. And
You're welcome.
oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot. And then Thrillfall, we just had our big reunion show.
Jinky Fest 3, man.
Jinky
Tell us
Fest.
about how that went.
It was
if you can remember anything.
I was a good boy. I was
You
a
were
good
better
boy.
than me.
Yeah, me too.
I got reprimanded before the show, so Jeff Ward kind of scolded me and said I had to be nice and play drums. So
Yep. Got to stay focused.
Yeah, we had a great night. Innuendo, Red Light Runner.
What a
Just
great lineup and a great turnout.
When the COVID thing hit this year, it was like, who are we going to put together for this year? It's like, let's just do people, friends, that you can go to war with. I mean, you couldn't ask for better talent. Red Light Runners, amazing. Innuendo guys are amazing. And we had such fun.
Yeah, it was a good show.
It was a fun night. It really was.
Yeah.
That place was packed.
I had too much fun that night.
Yeah, there's a lot of people had too much fun.
Uh-huh.
And then last but not least, Damsel. Our debut is this Saturday night here at the Riff, and it's going to be a big night. For us, it's going to be an emotional night. Hopefully we can get through it. A lot of memories. This was going to be a huge night for charity, and we're gonna try to get through this thing the best we can, and we're really looking forward to it. Hope you can make it out. It's a $15 donation at the door. All the money's going to the family. She had 4 little kids. I say little kids, or all kids are little, but just a wonderful soul gone way too soon, and I miss her.
I think it's a very fitting and perfect way to pay tribute to her, is to dedicate your first show to her and to give the proceeds from the door to her family and stuff. That's
she will all, as long as we play as Damsel, and who knows what we'll wind up, how many shows with COVID if we'll wind up doing next year, if any, but she will always in some way be a part of this band. We will never play a show without her memory.
Yeah.
And
for
her spirit. But hopefully you can make it out. Us and Red Light Runner, they're donating their time as well. I couldn't say nothing bad about those guys.
And this is next Saturday, the 12th at the Riff, correct?
This Saturday, the 19th. The 12th was
dates.
like
dates.
2 or 3 days ago.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
here we go.
I got a bad
it's going to be a fun night. We've got your comrades over at Unsung going to be there.
Who?
Oh, you know
who are they?
You know who I'm talking about.
Hey,
The screamers.
here, I'll put you right on the spot. When are you gonna ask me to host
The
one of your
screamers.
events?
Hey,
for crying out loud.
Listen,
Yes, Shane.
I'm just the drummer in Damsel.
That's a damn.
Kristen
That's a damn
Denard
lie. That's a damn
Kristen
lie.
Denard is the band leader, and she is cracks the whip and makes us do
Okay,
push-ups and stuff.
you know what? I'll buy that.
So our
What about
abs
Jinky
will look
Fest
like
then?
Steve Mason's.
You
and-
name the show after you. What about Jinky Fest?
Well, I might be in charge of that. one.
Okay, right. Well, when Jinky Fest 4 comes around, you better not forget me.
I'll stand by the phone. Be waiting. So that's what I got going.
Jinky Fest, my resume is in the mail. You better hire me. I don't care if you don't pay me. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so again, that's next weekend at the Riff for Damsel, Red Light Runner, and the Unsung Dreamers.
Yes.
So Brian says, more coffee, Jared. I agree. Okay, and Steve, what about you? Where can people see you next?
The next thing I have is Silver Dollar City. Losing my voice. With members only. We're playing New Year's Eve
Oh, really?
day, 3 shows.
Are you
during that day.
swapping? Are you swapping guitars out for banjos, or how you guys?
Yep. Bluegrass.
I thought you might be making horseshoes when you
Yeah.
Silver Dollar City.
That's your guys' day
I mean,
job.
I'm not playing. I'm just hanging out there. Yeah. Now we're playing.
You walk around the park with like ropes and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the hillbilly
I'm gonna
outfit.
start growing my beard and put my overalls on. Yeah. We're
Steve's got to rob a train at 2:30.
ugly. You're not- one of them.
That's awesome.
One of them danged old bald knobbers.
the dang old ball knobbers.
Which one gets shot in the butt?
Yeah, I'll be driving the train, but no, we're playing there during the day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and then the 2nd also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
So-
very cool.
So-
A back-to-back kind of experience.
Yeah, three shows a day.
Have
3
you
days
have
in
you
a row.
ever personally played down there at Silver Dollar City before?
I have never played at Silver Dollar City.
Same. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what that would be like. I hope it's a good experience. It's always interesting. Like I feel going into something like that where they've already got their own thing going, and then you
Yeah.
kind of have to come and conform to them. It's kind of a weird thing as a band because we like to kind of create our own atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of interesting.
For years, the Osmonds used to play at Busch Gardens down in Tampa, and it was the same deal. 3 shows a day, all during the day, and we'd be there all week. And
Oh,
it
really?
was- I loved it. It was great. You
Yeah.
could, play a short show and then go eat, and then play another short show, and then ride a roller coaster and get sick as a dog, and then play a third show, and
Make
you're done for the
horseshoes.
day. Yeah,
Rob,
yeah.
make horseshoes, rob the train.
Yeah.
Are you going to be in the amphitheater or are you playing like one of the other stages?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I'm just the drummer.
That's above my pay grade. I'm not sure. So I just show up.
Come
and hit-
on, Steve.
show up and hit things. Yeah. I'm not sure where we're at, really.
That's
So,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair. All right. So time for our final thoughts. Let me see here. Josh, you want to give me some alone time? So my final thoughts are hey, get out of here, Josh. My final thoughts are this. My sincere condolences to the friends and family and bandmates of Jeff Whittington. What a major loss for all of Springfield today for the music community. So shout out to everybody that's played with him and got a chance to see him live. I think a lot of us have gotten the chance to see him live, and he was a very entertaining drummer. So I don't know what else to say about that other than just, whenever it's that sudden, it hurts because you don't expect it. So that being said, I'll go ahead and just wrap up and say that times are hard for everybody right now. So may your cup of coffee be strong and your love of music be strong, but your sense of humor be even stronger. We'll see you next week.